All right. Welcome and good evening. We're here at The Hive. That's right. The Hive Collaborative, established in 2018. Hive's so nice, we say it twice. And we're a bunch of friends who like to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we like to do it, hopefully, for your entertainment. Yeah. So, let's talk about some fun stuff. We've got some announcements to get through. I'm just going to ignore the monitors because I'll just stutter if I look. Okay, so, first of all, hey, it's good to see y'all. Okay, so, first up, last Friday night, I think that's a song. Last Friday night, the Other Tots group had a fantastic episode with some real big stuff that went down, so we just want to give them a shout out. That was a really great episode. Yeah. We missed one Frankie Stonefish. We're glad that you'll be rejoining them this coming Friday, though. So be sure to tune in Friday evenings as well for our fellow Tales of Throssia stream, affectionately known as Tots stream. And you can watch them 7 p.m. Mountain Time, just like this lovely stream. Next on the docket, have you guys heard the word that Enter the Hex Season 4 is coming this January?
What?
I
had no idea.
That's
this January?
This January 2021, when we break free of the shackles that has been the year 2020 and burst into the freedom of January 21.
Thank goodness.
We're going to play a really cool spin on D&D that's more of a live interactive theater show with cosplay, improv, physical challenges, and all kinds of goodies to make D&D accessible to a broader audience. It's a family show. It's good times. We hope you tune in. We hope you enjoy it. We have a real blast putting it on. Which, in that vein, Hex Season 4 is coming up. There's also an upcoming Kickstarter.
Do tell.
That's right. You guys are so good. I appreciate you all so much.
Vaudevillian reactions to everything. Oh, what?
This is like, it's like my fondest dream at home. If I could just do this goofy stuff and people would be like, what? Do tell. So you guys are good friends.
We'll be totally silent just to throw you off.
That would be cold yet amazing, and I would applaud you for it. Kickstarter for Enter the Hex Season 4 will be coming very soon. We're going to have some more details. Our dates are a little bit in flux, but we're looking at early November for launching our Kickstarter. Kickstarter rewards for backers will include interesting things like boons, obviously. Those of you who have seen the show know what I'm talking about. Boons are a mechanism that allow you at home, to become one of the loyal citizens of Throssia, the very land that we are adventuring in, and offer your support directly to your favorite champions in the show. And by direct support, I mean you literally can go online and on a website that will be explained in the Kickstarter. You can go get these boons and say, I want to send these to... There's 15 of them. It's a lot of names. I want to send them to Giacomo Palazzo, who's not being featured this season. What's your character's this season, Sean?
My character this season's name is Coburn. I just totally spaced on his full name. His name is Quincy Coburn. He's a dwarf this time around.
It's Scottish.
So he's very
Scottish dwarf. Yeah. Rad costume.
No, that's never been done before. I know. So Scottish dwarf. Totally not a stereotype.
It's a stereotype for a reason. Yeah. It's solid.
It works.
It really does.
It's really cool because you actually have like a real-time impact on the game. Like,
exactly.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Like if you watched your favorite TV show and one of the characters died and you were like, I don't want them to die, you could literally pay to have them not die.
It's true.
It's so cool.
You can grant them the power of resurrection through your boons. Yeah. Or a whole scale of smaller things, starting with something as small as getting to re-roll a die in a critical moment, getting a potion of healing, get a magical item forcing Krello to apologize.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. I was getting excited for that one, and that's why I had an extra L or two pop out there. It's all good, you guys. Don't worry. I'm not having a stroke or anything. So, we want you to participate in this Kickstarter. It's going to be a way for you to get those boons. There's going to be some other fun pledge rewards, including some really awesome merch. we're in the process of designing our Defenders of Throssia t-shirts, which you guys get to be the Defenders of Throssia and help keep it alive, as well as, we're talking about personal shout-outs from your favorite characters. What? And some other fun things, too. A lot of fun stuff in the pipeline, so we'll keep you apprised. Don't you worry. Next on the announcements, in the more immediate future, friends, it's a special time of year. We've talked a bit about this already, but it's time for autumn leaves, gourds with faces carved in them, and all kinds of spooky, spooky fun. I'd like to hand over this one to our good friend Sean, who's spearheading a certain event that will be airing on Halloween night.
All right, so this Halloween, while everyone may be spending time indoors during the quarantine, we wanted to invite you to the Hive virtually to celebrate Poe Night with us. So this upcoming Saturday, we're going to have a number of very, very talented Hive alumni who are going to be reading the tales and poems of one Edgar Poe. There are going to be costumes, there are going to be music, there's going to be nice creepy B-roll. And then on Halloween night, that will drop and everyone can enjoy that from home. And it will also be available later on. But Halloween night, hey, we figured we'd give you guys a treat instead of that trick. So please join us. You saw the premiere of the trailer last week. We might be putting up a little bit of footage from our rehearsals and from the actual filming as just kind of an extra little, behind the scenes footage. So, yeah, enjoy.
Are you playing Edgar Poe?
No, not going to be playing Edgar Poe. I'm just going to be dressed up in one of the many fancy costumes I own that I keep in my costume trunk that I've just been waiting for an excuse to pull out. So,
I hear you're a man with fancy furniture and a costume trunk.
what can I say?
I learned this recently, and I was like, that tracks.
Checks out.
That's Sean. That
Yeah.
good old Sean. He's a classy fellow. All right. In terms of any other announcements, I feel like I'm coming up dry, which means...
I've got one.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
we
no.
I've got one really
definitely
quickly.
Well, there's stuff pertaining to this show. But Sean.
So I asked people last week to give me their best joke about Yuri's transformations. I believe Kitsune Fox, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, said something about larger than life, and I wish I'd had the presence of mind to make a Backstreet Boys reference because that would have been very on brand for Yuri.
Yes.
So thank you, Kitsune Fox. Thank you.
Very nice.
Very clever.
Yep.
All right.
I wanted it that way, and you gave it to me.
Oh, thank you.
Respect. Credit where credit is due. All right. Let's bring it to what you guys wanted to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
Would-
yeah.
Looking very
Would one of you
conspiratorial.
want to front that?
To what?
To
No,
talk
I
about
think
it?
this should be
Yeah,
you.
this is you.
Yeah, you, Logan. Why not?
What are we doing again?
We're talking about the giveaway.
Oh, right, the giveaway.
You guys both threw a leash on me like,
So-
wait, Steve. But I don't know what it is you're supposed to talk about.
So
Logan's got
we have been doing this really fun thing where anytime one of us rolls a nat 20, if you were the one that nominated or pledged that person would get it, you would win a $25 gift card. See?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But if they didn't roll the natural 20 throughout the game, it would just carry over to the second half of the show, so on and so forth, until it just, you could win 75 or 100 or 125 or $500 if it just, how annoying that
much
would be if
math.
no one ever rolled and it got to
Yeah.
500. Anyway, we wanted to change one thing with this because, like the lottery, it's almost more exciting when,
You see that
The
pop?
pop
yeah, it
grows.
builds and
More
it builds. And so we are going to make just a small adjustment, and that is we have to roll 2 nat 20s. So you're going to be like, I think Sean's going to do it this game. Well, he might roll that nat 20, but now he's got to roll it a second time. And otherwise it's just going to keep building. And I think this is going to create just a lot more excitement and anticipation
And a
around
lot
that.
more money for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
This is kind of a running joke in Hex where if you're rolling with disadvantage, we've had several people roll nat 20s with disadvantage, and the joke is now you just have to roll one more nat 20.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
Very true. So, just quick point of clarification. These 220s don't have to be sequential. It doesn't have to be the next roll. But to be the person who triggers the giveaway, one of our 3 champions at present, needs to roll 220s during a half of the show, either leading up to intermission or after intermission. Which I believe the pot is currently at $50 because our friends on Friday night did not roll any nat 20s in the second half.
Whoa.
So it's already $50.
It's already
baller.
$50.
That's pretty awesome. And also clarifying again, you are not involved in this. No DM nominations.
That is a good point of clarification. For the people who thought of me, thank you. I am ineligible for your votes, however, for this particular venture. We do have 3 eligible champions for you to select from. So once again, go ahead and drop the name of the champion in Twitch chat who you think will be the first person to roll 2 natural 20s during this half of the show. And again, if none of them do, we'll simply roll that prize over to the next half of the show, at which point it will be $75.
I would like $75, please, Steve.
I know I would too.
Bones can get you some sweet stuff on Amazon.
Yes. Especially when your daughter tells you what your Halloween costume's going to be, and you're like, I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
And things cost money on Amazon.
Do tell, Steve. I'm very curious.
Well, okay. Brief cuteness anecdote. We'll dive in. My child was talking about Halloween. She's very excited. This is like the first year she's old enough to be like aware in advance and like in it. She is stoked.
Aww.
And so she was asking me like, what are you going to be for Halloween? And I was like, I don't know. What do you think I should be? And then she thought about it. And then she said, I'm going to be a witch. And I was like, that's great. And then she said, Mom's going to be a vampire. And I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
And then she said, and then I said, what am I going to be? And she said, a fish. And I didn't know if I should feel a bit shafted. I don't know. Which vampire? Fish.
Not even like a...
What a cute
a-
treat.
Honestly,
Like a zombie
it made my day. At the same time, I was like, I don't know if I'm getting shafted, but I don't care. It's too cute. It's
Maybe
too
she
cute.
was referring to the jam band Fish. For the PH.
That would be impressive.
I want to see that happen. Like
Yeah, so-
vampire, witch, just a good old-fashioned
Fish.
fish. Just fish.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna be like one of those carnival fish, like the little goldfish in the bag?
Yeah, I could do that. They have some great hats on the internet these days. I don't know if you've seen it,
You're gonna
but
show
it's a
up
thing.
next week as a fish?
Only time will tell.
Pressure
Tune in to find out,
Pressure
folks.
in Internet.
And on that note, I think we have some Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah. Woo!
Yay!
All
doing
right. Oh yeah, let's actually go around. It's been a bit since we've introduced our characters. We just want to give a chance for everyone to tell us about who they are, what they look like, what it is they're good at, and all that kind of fun stuff. We've started over here traditionally. Let's flip it. Let's start over here with Sean.
Me? Hi, I play Yuri Prospero. He's a tiefling fancy boy, likes to wear multicolored silks, likes to change them around with the prestidigitation spell, wears a suspicious hat that seems to have its own consciousness on his head, but he's a fan. Got 2 very fancy horns coming out of the top of his head that he waxes each and every day, to get that fresh car look. Fresh wagon. Yeah, exactly. He usually carries around his arcane focus with his tail, and he has ambitions to become Throssia's greatest wizard, despite not actually being a wizard.
You're not a wizard.
He's not a wizard. No. He's a
Fooled
very,
me.
very well-meaning but foolish sorcerer.
All right.
Okay, I play Baird J. Logie, a battlesmith who's an artificer, 49 years old, black hair with a little bit of salt and pepper in it, very nice looking suit, a dark green, and absolutely covered with all sorts of gadgets and like the whole steampunk look. You got the goggles and the pistons and the tubings. I wield a mighty nice crossbow. But the best thing about good old Baird is his wonderful companion, Boss. A giant dog de Bordeaux that is entirely made out of steel and brass. And he's just a good dog. And he's always there by my side. And yeah, I'm a little cold, not very nice. I spend more time in the workshop than I do talking with people, but I'm starting to warm up to some. Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's lovely. That's very lovely. Hello, my name is Mackenzie, and I am playing Petra, and she is a warforged 5'11" metal giantess of a woman. She's a Tempest cleric, so she has a giant copper axe that she uses as a lightning rod. And she is 5 years old. She has red hair. She, not very good with social stuff. And it's... Oh, that's right. This is my creator. I ran away. Renamed myself. We're going through a bit of a rough patch. Anyway, that's it.
All right. And with that,
That was fun. That's fun to hear about you guys.
I like hearing about all you guys.
Steve, all the characters you played?
My name's Steve. I roll dice and I tell you what's happening. Okay. Speaking of, let's talk about what happened last time.
Please.
All right. For my friends up in the booth, I just cued some music. So if we could have a little bit of that in-house. Oh, it's also Mike Pack 6, if we didn't get through that earlier. We're doing tech things today without... we teasingly called him the Booth Goblin once in our first episode, but in truth, I have now studied his ways and I know that his true title is Dark Lord of the Booth.
Ooh,
Oh,
that sounds like Davis, all right.
Lord of all who surveys. And we miss you, but we hope you're having a great time.
Blessed art thou, Davis.
All right. Enough stalling. Last time, you had some truly, truly epic events occur
Yeah.
as you ventured into the northern reaches of Throssia at the behest of your not totally fallen but poisoned guardian of Clan Malthior Java, who upon discovering that the only substance that could be used to create an antidote to the poison from which she was suffering was the venom from the manticore's tail spines. You ventured into the north, you found a guide, and as you entered the northern mountains, you found your quarry inside of a city of goblins,
yeah.
and the beast was captured by them.
Bug.
Yeah,
Gee.
bug.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Bug, the goblin chieftain, all hail. Through some rather clever negotiations and offerings that you gave to Chieftain Bug, you endeared yourselves to him. I believe you've pledged the allegiance of your family.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will not be happy about this.
That's okay. Can goblins write?
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we will see, won't we, folks, at home? All right.
Foreshadowing.
And so, after convincing him to entrust you with this beast that they had captured at great cost to their village, you had to engage in combat with it as it broke free. I believe it rolled a natural 20 on a strength check to break free of its bonds.
Sure did.
And Yuri, in a moment of wonderful bravado, just grabbed the chain as this large beast was flying away and was propelled into the sky and briefly had to fight the beast on his lonesome, which was quite the endeavor.
Greatest
But-
wizard in Throssia, don't you know?
Well, that title may have been earned last week when the situation went from looking rather dire as he was facing this terrible beast alone to him spontaneously creating 3 duplicates of himself who were all quite enamored with each other, and then doubling in size to being a giant version of himself, complete with duplicates. And he proceeded to just kind of rail on the manticore
Yeah.
all by himself. It was quite the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That wild magic table.
It's takes some getting used to. but
Master of chaos.
I've
right
been
there.
very lucky so far.
That was a ridiculous.
Because there are bad things on the wild magic table too. But he's only picked the good ones so far. And so you captured your quarry, you defeated the beast, you obtained the spines and the venom, and you have since returned once again to the city of Ilfracombe on the western shores of Throssia. And you have already entered into the yellow tents of Clan Malthior, and you've already begun the process of turning in what you need to the apothecary for them to create an antitoxin, and you have been summoned to speak with your guardian once more.
Hail the conquering heroes, eh?
Java laying back on her couch where you left her, looking a bit worse for the wear, but her spirits have lifted knowing that the medicine that she needs is close at hand. Says, "It appears I'm even more in your debt than I was before. I'd like to thank you, and I have a few gifts.
Oh.
Yuri, please."
Or he kind of bends the knee. My liege.
And as you kneel next to the couch, she reaches over into a pouch that she has next to her, and she pulls out a beautiful decanter. And she says, "I hope you will find this useful on your journeys. I know you'll never be thirsty again."
Oh, that's very kind of you. I say, shall we all have a soiree?
What is soiree?
It's a wine and cheese night. It's lovely.
I don't eat, so I'll pass. But I support you.
And she nods to you and gives your hand a little squeeze.
Thank you.
And Baird,
I step forward.
she looks up at you and sighs and looks down at the ground and looks up at you again. A little lower, please.
I don't kneel, but I will squat down.
Okay.
Bad knees.
She rolls her eyes. She reaches into this pouch. She pulls out what looks to be a rectangular box. It's about 1 foot long, 6 inches in the other dimensions. She says, "You're a fan of tinkering and of interesting objects. This may be of some interest to you." And she hands it to you.
I take a moment, eyeing the box, but I'll take it. My curiosity's been piqued.
Thank you.
Doing my duty.
And Petra, please.
Yeah, she'll come up and kneel.
And she turns and reaches once more and pulls out a vial that you can see a black liquid inside that looks a lot like oil. She says, "I leave it to you to decide when it is best to use."
What is this?
She smiles. She says, "It's an oil of sharpness. It'll take you about a minute to apply it to that axe of yours. But then for about an hour, it will be a more formidable weapon."
Thank you. She'll put it in her pocket.
I purposely didn't ask her what was in the box because I don't want to, but I want to inspect it or
Okay.
open it up and what do I see?
You can't open it.
Oh,
I love it. Oh, lucky. That's awesome.
Do you want to roll something on it? See what you can
I
make of it?
investigate it?
You
or-
sure can.
Huzzah.
17.
17. All right. There is a level of craftsmanship here that seems very fine, although it's very simple. It's almost like a very rigid canvas. You're not quite sure what to make of it. You don't see any discernible hinges or even openings.
I eye her. So what do I make of this?
Would you believe me if I told you it's a boat?
I've only heard about these. You're kidding. How'd you get hold of one of these?
You're the artificer. See what you make of it.
How did you fit bolt inside there?
Is it a picture of boat?
I think it uses a keyword to unlock it.
Is it paper boat?
Open. Well, I'll do it outside when we get outside.
I think we're past that.
I don't know if that's the actual key.
I was about to inform you. Java was about to inform you that as this magic item's new master, you get to determine its three keywords.
Oh.
And you spoke the first with intention.
So we can't ever use that word?
I think I have to use that word.
So
Specifically
upon
for this.
speaking it, this box that's about 1 foot long and 6 inches wide begins to unfold. It's simply spilling out over itself, and it's like trying to hold a canoe up into the air as a boat that is about 10 feet long and 4 feet wide and 2 feet deep simply kind of creates itself into being in this room.
Oh my goodness.
I say.
Good.
It's like at angles and pushing up against. Do I just say close to close it?
That's up to you.
Close.
Begins to fold. Then it collapses back down and just says, before you say anything else, the third word makes a boat that is much larger. Please wait till you're outside.
Always wanted a yacht.
Thank you. And I will slip it into my pack.
This decanter that she gave you, Ray, does it have multiple corks on it? Just the one.
No, it doesn't have multiple corks.
Okay. Yuri kind of like holds it up to his ear, sloshes it around a little bit, and say, I say, what type of vintage is in this?
Oh, it's just water.
Oh, well, jolly good. I do have a flask, or a canteen.
You have some special words you can speak to your gift as well. Should you speak the word stream, you'll produce 1 gallon of water. Should you speak the word fountain, you will produce 5 gallons of water. And should you speak geyser after uncorking it, 30 gallons of water will burst forth 30 feet out, and you should be able to use it to knock down your enemies.
Oh.
We have water and the boat. We can go anywhere we want.
Well, row, 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 as they say. Yes.
Just get in the front of the boat and say water and just.
Well, I had been looking forward to a bath.
Thank you so much.
Yes, very kind.
Thank all of you. I appreciate your deed, as is evident. But we have other matters to discuss. This grave news of demons replacing citizenry is a very serious thing. Though I feel, and my counselors agree, that rather than immediately going forth to the Hexant with this information and allowing our enemy to know that we have become aware of this, there are certain things that merit some closer investigation before we tip our hand.
Yeah.
As such, there is far in the lands to the north, your pardon, north of the capital of Fallholt, a lord by the name of Lord Dominic Bairn. He has been an influential man among the noble ranks in the capital city, and though he has kept largely to himself, rumors of strange events and strange behavior in his manor house have begun to circulate, and he's begun to host many, many gatherings for Throssia's elite.
Could you run that name by me one more time?
Lord Dominic Bairn.
Sounds like your name.
I don't like him.
I've never met him.
His name's too similar to mine. I don't like him.
There can be only one.
You could always change your name,
So it is with fewer reservations than I perhaps would have had some weeks ago, that I inform you I must send you into a den far more dangerous than any I have yet to send you. You're all going to go to a party.
Really?
What is party?
It's like a social gathering for a bunch of uptight citizens and lords and ladies.
It is lovely. They're going to love this decanter there.
You will attend in proper attire. We will see to it that you are properly outfitted. And upon your arrival, you are to inquire with those who know Lord Baron best, what they know about him, his behavior recently, anything that's out of the ordinary. This is a place that would be ripe picking for demons looking to cause havoc, replacing members of Throssia's lords, ladies, and other members of its upper crust.
What is it about this Lord Baron that makes you so suspicious of him?
I don't know too much about the man, but the fact that he has been abrasive and solitary for as long as I have known anything of him, and as soon as we discover that there are demons replacing citizens in Throssia, he's throwing parties and gathering large numbers of Throssia's elite, is suspicious to me.
I'll give you that.
It may be nothing, but I would like you to go and see what you can discover.
Is there anything we need to know about this Dominic before we go? Things he liked to do that maybe we can compare, see if something's out of the ordinary, see if he has been taken over?
He was always seen as a reasonably respectable man. As I said, I don't know him personally. He is abrasive, solitary. He likes to hunt. He likes to hold small gatherings of his close friends and has a reputation for drinking.
Thank you.
Yes, it is a bit strange that such a curmudgeon would be now such a bon vivant.
Bon, the
One
what
who
is-
likes to socialize and throw parties.
bon.
Bon bon.
Bon.
Bon bon.
Tuck that away. Going to use that.
And now to see that you are properly equipped for your dangerous journey. And we cut to the tailor shop, where the three of you get to tell each of us about your custom fancy folk outfits
Montage!
that you're going to be wearing at this high-class party.
I imagine I'm like standing in front and they're on a seat and they're like, with the first outfit. And then I come out and they're like, no, with the second. And then I come out with the third one, which I'm going to wear like a dark charcoal pinstripe three-piece suit.
Okay.
A little bit of white ruffles on underneath the what are these called? Sleeves.
You don't have any, right?
I want to still deck it out with my, like, I can't just not wear some of my gears and gadgets, but I'll try and keep some of them more hidden in underneath. Like, I'm not gonna go full pack and everything, but some of my gears and gadgets, if I could slip them in and have that kind of James Bond style.
Maybe
Nice.
a boxing glove
Nice.
on a little extendo thing.
Yuri, it's you next.
Okay. Yuri is going to wear a Technicolor coat of many colors with a paisley pattern on it. And the paisley pattern is going to be constantly moving because of his prestidigitation, which he's just going to keep like occasionally, snapping his fingers and making this pattern slowly change and move. The colors are going to shift ever so slightly, so it's just this iridescent, wonderful peacock silk robe that he's going to be wearing. So very, very fancy.
Peacock silk.
He is going to put a big peacock feather in the back of his silk top hat that he has, wearing curly-toed shoes and some nice understated slacks, just to kind of offset all the color that you're going to be getting thrown right at you.
Very nice. I'm glad I took a moment to just peek into Twitch chat. I don't normally do that, but I'm really glad I did because someone asked, what is Boss going to be wearing?
Oh, yes. I would like Boss to have same dark charcoal, but a bow tie around his
Oh, so he's matching you.
Yes, he's going to be matching.
Very nice. Very nice.
Can you wear a bowler hat? 'Cause
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Yes.
I'm not going to get it, but if you were to have offered and put that on him, I don't take it off.
this might pull everything together just so. Looking rather dapper, my fellow.
Yeah, Boss comes out of the dressing room in a really wide-brimmed hat, and the three of you shake your heads no, and Boss goes back. Comes
Sun
out in a
hat.
fedora, and you guys shake your heads no.
Not the fedora.
Not the fedora.
Comes out in the bowler, and you guys are like, yeah.
It fits.
Something so respectable about a dog wearing a bowler.
I don't want to mess with that dog. I already didn't, but now it's like even more somehow.
What a conversation started.
It's like a canine Ray Winston.
What about you, Petra?
Petra doesn't know what to do, so she just grabs something.
Is this like, what's that movie? Is it called Pretty Woman?
I think you're thinking the Audrey Hepburn one. Is this like we're taking someone that doesn't understand?
It's the makeover trope.
It's the makeover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting the right movie or not, but
So
the makeover
first
trope.
thing she does, she grabs the first dress she sees. It doesn't really fit her, and it's like a plain kind of drab, dusty blue. And she lets her hair down. It just kind of looks like an octopus is sitting on her head. And she just like walks out with her arms kind of like up.
My dear, if I may, if you have
This
no
is
The
this is
arms-
more up your alley than it is mine.
Yeah, the arms won't go down. Is
Right.
that the problem?
Yuri is going to go in with her and find. He's going to find a robe that's the color of the sky after a storm, just kind of this purpley indigo color that kind of matches the color of the lightning that she's been calling down.
My heart is a flutter.
Kind of draping it over her shoulders, very low cut back, but the rest of it just kind of hangs on her, flows very, very daintily, and just kind of adjusts her hair just so, and then looks and then pulls out a little makeup pencil and gives her a very slight beauty mark on her cheek. There we are.
I can move my arms up and down now.
Yes, that's important.
That's nice.
Yes.
Did you say this was the color of...
The sky after a storm.
Are you right there with us?
No,
or are
I
you
think
back in the
I'm out.
closet?
I'm out in the front, just sitting there looking at the boss.
She kind of gets... she pulls you in just a little. Do you know why I picked my name Petra?
No, do tell.
It is short for petrichor, which is the smell after a storm.
There we have it. That is lovely. That's beautiful.
Thing.
I had
She
no idea.
just genuine kindness, and she's just very, very touched by everything you just did for her. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay, let's go to party.
Yes.
All right. And so, not wearing your party clothes currently, as you have a respectable journey ahead of you, you set out.
I can't bear this on the trip.
Actually, no one's going to tell you what to do. You're a 5-year-old grown woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yuri's just going to be wearing his regular ostentatious robes.
I will say that when she does come out and I see her in that dress, there's a moment where I'm filled with pride at what she looks like, almost like one would hold for their daughter. And I stand up, and then I go, "You look nice," and I walk out.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. And with that, you're once again equipped with a wagon. And who should be pulling it except
Geppetto and
Pinocchio.
My darling, thank you for waiting for us. Do tell us, what did you experience?
I don't talk.
Are you talking to horses?
Yes, it's just polite.
Petra looks down at Pinocchio. How was your day?
He turns his long face and acknowledges you.
Yes.
Are you two gonna get in the wagon?
Oh, of course.
Yes, just being polite.
Good boys. Yuri's going to pull out some sugar cubes and just kind of feed them. Their breath tickles.
Petra's gonna try to get in the wagon in her evening gown and totally biff it. She's like never worn a dress before.
Oh dear, let me help you.
I don't. It doesn't have help.
Yes, here we are. Just kind of help her up into the wagon, kind of pull with his tail.
Before she even sits down. Just, whoa.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
So you set out in your wagon and you travel a familiar road because on your journey through the realms, you know what? I'm going to grab something. You guys should talk about something you talk about in the wagon.
Oh, so after I have been navigating this wagon for a while, I will pass it over to one of the others because I want to sit down and tinker with something I've been working on. It looks like a scope or something that I want to attach to my crossbow. So I'm going to spend some time tinkering along with that.
All right. Nice. Go ahead and make me a dex check with proficiency.
Okay. Ooh, good thing you said proficiency.
Yeah.
Oh! That's the first 20 of the night!
All right. Well,
Not 20. Just
as you
That was
begin
an
crafting this thing, you gain like a keen insight into, if I adjust the design just a little bit like this, it's going to function way better than I even thought. And it's like, you're stoked about it.
You alright?
What was that?
and
You alright?
Now, if I could get the top-down cam, by the way, just a little fair warning on that. We're going to talk about some mappage, and I've got the map down here.
I thought you were asking about the wagon. Can we get the top down on the
that
wagon?
too.
If
I
we
would
get
like
the
to
top down
canvas.
in the wagon, we
It's
want to
something.
get some air going in through here.
It's a convertible.
It's a long drive.
Yeah,
long
we
drive.
searched for the nice wagon. Yeah?
All right. Yeah, we're going to get the top-down camera for all you lovely folks at home, but also for the benefit of our champions. As we talk about where you're going, this will be your longest journey that you've been on thus far.
Ooh. That means we've taken a long
Road
rest.
trip. I brought jerky.
And a metal
I
dog.
won't share it.
Dorito.
I don't think it's so.
The first stop on your journey is going to be a familiar city, or I should say town, known as Kilkenny.
Oh, good old Kilkenny.
They almost imprisoned us.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
It was a close one.
Well,
But you make your way, it's a 2-day journey, you've done it before. You get to the city of Kilkenny, you begin to pull in, and then, you see people doing their daily doings just like when you left them, going about the streets, working their farms. And they see this wagon, and as you get close enough for them to begin to see your faces, it couldn't be a more different experience than the first time when you arrived in this city, which originally there was an air of distrust, confusion at the means of your wagon's propulsion, admittedly, as well. There was magical sneezing involved, for those of you who may remember that.
Pretty good.
But people are waving and calling out your names. Bear, Yuri, Petra, it's so good to see you again.
oh.
Yuri's going to cast Minor Illusion to make the sound of victory fanfare playing. Dun 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 dun.
Nice, nice, nice. And as you are pulling through town, you stop briefly just to kind of resupply, say hello to some friendly faces. And as this pleasantness is going on, you have an opportunity just to kind of be talking amongst yourselves as some supplies are being loaded into your wagon. A pigeon, which may or may not look familiar to the group of you, flutters down and lands on the front of your wagon, behind the horses, and looks at you expectantly.
Oh,
There's
hello,
a visitor.
hello, Figaro. How have you been? I've been worrying about you. What have you been up to, my lad?
Go ahead and roll perception on Figaro.
Did we give it that name?
No!
Yuri sure did.
Yuri has
Yuri.
the
That's an
confidence
11.
and naming skills.
That's an 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, what you're perceiving is pretty easy to tell. There is a small piece of parchment tied to his leg.
I'm going to reach down and pull it off and reach back in our driving snacks and give him a Dorito.
He looks at it and begins pecking. It starts tentative, but then it gets more voracious as he's like, I'm into it, in his pigeonly way.
All right, I'm going to unroll the parchment.
All right. As you unroll this tiny piece of parchment, you see in a swooping hand, written in green ink, "It would seem I owe you a favor. You're welcome to anything you can find in my home. I won't need it anymore. You can call me should you need, and I'll gladly repay the deed." And below that, there is a small and simple map leading into the hills just north of town.
Who's it from, Yuri?
It's from our diminutive friend.
Yes.
The Goblin Chief?
No, this is
not that.
Brisby, I think.
Not that diminutive friend.
Oh.
It is indeed signed Brisby,
small friends.
Bird's Foot, Trefoil.
Thank you.
I show it to them and just kind of, oh, look at the elegant bag. I didn't realize it was such a wonderful, wonderful scriptorium.
It says here he's letting us take anything we want out of his house and
Where is he going?
Very gracious. I don't know. He never said, but I believe he intended to vacate the premises. But,
Well-
perhaps we should investigate, chaps. What do you say?
Absolutely. I hope he's okay.
Yes, so do I.
by the sound of it, he's saying thank you. So I feel like he's started a new leg of his next adventure, next phase of his life.
I think that the last phase of his life was rather difficult, so
I hope he found peace.
indeed.
All right.
I won't tone down potential free stuff, so more to tinker with.
Goodbye, Figaro.
Such a nice guy.
All right.
I'm ready to move on. Yeah,
Head over to.
I don't really like Kilkenny that much.
You Logan or you?
Alright, so
There.
head over to Brisbane's house, I guess.
Logan loves Kilkenny.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go to Brisby's.
All right. So you take a brief detour on your journey and head northwards to the home of Brisby Birdsfoot Trefoil.
Adorable.
You wend your way through these hills, and as the trees grow thicker, soon you see
Let's hope they're not people.
Too soon.
you see a large tree, and growing around the base of it is a multitude of tiny yellow flowers.
Oh,
And in the sides of this tree, there are glass windows and a small wooden door.
oh,
Of course he lived in the tree.
that is very small door.
It's charming. What do you say, chaps? Yuri's going to bend down and pick one of the flowers and kind of put it in his buttonhole that doesn't exist, so he has to rip one and then put it in.
I'll have boss. I just want him to make like a perimeter check, move around, sniffing.
All right, go ahead and have him roll perception. We'll give him advantage because he's sniffing. And I feel like dogs should have advantage on sniffing.
Can a robot dog smell?
I want to say so. I want him to
I
just be a
think
dog.
We said I could
Yeah.
smell too.
Yeah, just an 8.
An 8. He buries his head in these little yellow flowers and sniffs around the base of the tree and goes around in a full circle, his metallic tail sticking up out of the flower bed, wagging around. And he pops back up. Woof.
Seems to be all right.
Shall we?
All right.
Okay.
T-
It's a house.
I'll-
Windows,
Yeah,
doors.
Yuri just
Yeah.
kind of flounces inside.
I'm gonna look through the window.
Okay. You look through the window. You just go through the door.
I'll go through the front door. Yeah.
Okay. It is not locked.
Okay.
You turn the knob, it swings open, and a cozy, charming, yet slightly dusty, small family abode lays
Aw.
before you. There is comfortable furniture, there is a fireplace that looks like it's not been used in some time. There's a table, there's a cupboard with dishes that are that's just open. You can see that there's still some vegetables hanging in one of those rope bundles up in the corner.
It's like that again.
Cute.
Little hobbit hole.
This is a cute mug. It has a little bird on the
And there
top.
are two stuffed chairs seated very close together facing the fireplace.
Little small step chairs, like halfling size.
Halfling size chairs.
Yuri's gonna sit down in one. It's like, oh, it's like being a giant again.
I'll take one of the carrots that I find and just start chomping on it.
That's fair. You notice as you sit in the chairs that one of them is embroidered with a large letter B in the backrest, and the other with a large letter M.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yuri's gonna kind of reach over and touch the letter M and just kind of, oh dear. This must be his wife's seat, chaps.
It would seem so.
All right. As you look around the home for anything of particular interest, I'd like each of you to roll perception checks.
That's nat 20!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, the game is tied!
Do you know, wait, but
Interesting.
that's his second one.
No, I didn't. She got one.
I got
She
one.
got one. So we all have rolled a natural 20
Snap.
once.
Guys, we upped the stakes, but your power is just pushing it through. The 20s are flowing. I thought you'd already rolled one. I thought that was it. Okay.
No, it went to his side of the...
Yeah. I rolled a 6.
Gotcha. Okay. So you both... Wait a minute. You rolled a nat 20 just now.
Yep.
You rolled
A natural 20.
a nat 20 just now. Okay, full disclosure.
Give us all the goods.
Only one of you was going to get a little prize, but I can't argue with two nat 20s. I need each of you to roll me a D100.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh. Sure.
I'm used to this. That
start
is
with
a
Yuri.
76.
7d6. Oh, snap. Okay, so as you're looking around, you find this vial. It's not even a vial. It's a larger, more ornate glass bottle with the emblem of a cloud blown into the glass. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
Ooh.
And inside is a bluish gray liquid. It is, in fact, a potion.
I think I know what it is, but I don't think Yuri does.
We've all been there as players.
Can I have Yuri roll to see if he would have remembered anything like this, come across it perhaps?
You can roll Arcana or History.
Okay.
Did you already go to school?
He's a grad student. Okay, I mean both of them are the same thing, but that is a 16.
16. All right. You're very aware that this is a magical potion. You know that in things like this and the way that the cloud is represented, it is an allusion to cloud giants.
Oh, that is not what I thought it was. Okay, interesting. That's pretty cool.
That's exciting.
It is pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
Your D100 roll, please.
I got a 48.
A 48. All right. You find a rolled up piece of parchment, but because of your study of divine magics, something about it stands out to you. And as you go over and you pick it up, you look at it, and you feel, even though that arcane magic isn't the practice that you participate in directly, there is a strong, strong magical energy emanating from this scroll. It is, in fact, a 6th level spell scroll.
Oh, jeez.
Of what?
You'll get to determine that.
Oh, no way.
You just gave me like a blank check.
A little bit, but you rolled for it. And you both rolled nat 20s, so
seriously.
here
All I
we
got
are.
was this carrot.
You bumped up the treasure table with your nat 20s too, so why not? All right. So, when we have a little more time,
I'll write it down.
yeah, pick yourself a fancy 6th level spell to be on your one-time use spell scroll.
Jeez.
Okay? And Yuri,
It's like a
Yeah.
shopping spree.
do you know what you have?
Potion of Cloud Giant Strength.
Indeed.
Nice.
So it's from the arcane spell list.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So Yuri, if you drink your potion, your strength score changes to 27 for 1 hour.
Jeez. Wow.
However, the potion would have no effect on you if your strength is already equal to or greater than that score.
Believe it or not, it is not.
Okay, just checking. All right.
27.
And as you go around, beyond those things, you simply find knickknacks of a life lived. Silverware, plates, food.
Can Petra take a mug with a little bird on the top?
Yes.
I'm taking this mug.
It's a nice little mug. It's smaller than maybe you'd like, but it's still a delightful
Oh, you
little
know
mug.
what?
It's like
I
a
don't
little shot
drink
glass.
anything. Never mind.
I don't drink anything.
That doesn't
Okay.
mean that you can't be a collector.
It's true.
What is collectible?
Like keys or shot glasses.
Spoons, thimbles.
It's
I
a thing.
collect small mugs.
All right. Well,
That was fun.
is there anything else you want to do before you leave?
What time of day is it?
At this point, I believe you arrived at Kilkenny before, and it was like mid-morning, so it's like mid-afternoon at this point. Traveling to his house, spending some time.
Yuri's kind of curious to see if he left any like writings or anything around. Probably, like a journal, something like that.
Go ahead and roll me another. You can do investigation actually for this one,
Investigation.
since this is more specific.
Okay. That is a 7.
As you go through, you find a spot in his desk where it looks like there would have been papers. And there's nothing.
Bad luck on
Some empty
James.
drawers.
You said it was dusty? The
Yeah,
house is a
the
little
house
dusty?
on the whole is a bit dusty. It looks as though no one's been here for a little while.
Is the window dusty or dirty?
It's a bit dusty.
Petra just wants to like draw a heart in the dust and then write thank you.
Okay.
And then just put a handprint there.
Okay. You leave your mark on this glass window.
Just in case.
All right.
You never know. Well, what do you say, chap? Shall we crack on or stay in town for a bit?
I'd like to put some more space between us and Kilkenny, preferably.
My vote is for the road trip.
Well, shall we?
All righty. You continue on the road, and you've got, I'm gonna say, given the map, you're looking at about 6 days' journey. You pass through a city called Calmernock.
Calmernock.
Along your way, traveling along the southern borders of the Free Forest, and you restock there, and then you continue towards the city of Fallhold after that. However, for our purposes, I would like to at least have one bedding down for the night with the wagon sequence with you guys before we arrive at Fallhold.
Yeah.
I don't want to montage the whole journey.
Nice. I like
Okay.
it. As we're like preparing and like have the fire going, Yuri's going to be checking this. I say, do either of you know how to dance? This is a party we will be expected to.
What is dance?
It's where you react physically to the musical stimuli in the air.
I do believe that I did incorporate into your course some similar etiquette protocols for such an event, so it might be a little rusty. You've probably never tapped into them before, but you might find something in there.
She does the cha-cha perfectly.
The cha-cha.
That was it. I knew it. I was in the cha-cha phase from those days.
That's all I know.
Roll performance.
Okay. Hey! Oh, -1. 11!
You do a respectable cha-cha.
Yes, quite. And yourself?
It's been, I think I'm past my prime when it comes to dancing. Yeah.
Well, I say, if we don't want to arouse any suspicion, it might be best if we did a bit of a rehearsal, just to dust off your skills. Yuri's going to snap his fingers, do cast minor illusion, and just have some waltz music playing.
Oh.
And he's going to keep snapping it and like changing the station until it gets to like a Macarena song. Yes, this might fit in with your cha-cha.
1, 2, cha-cha-cha.
Why don't you two dance together and I could perfect the art of being a wallflower?
Creator, you have danced before. You have danced with women before.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's been at least 18, 19 years, yeah.
Yeah, well, we have a woman here. I say, Baird, arousing suspicion in this case might lead to our downfall.
It is dance or die.
Roll a persuasion on it.
Little PvP.
All right.
At this point, Yuri's going to snap his fingers to cast minor illusion and play this slightly more antiquated song that might have been a little bit more popular in Baird's
Okay.
day.
I will stand up, putting aside some of my writings and my scope that I've been working on. Let me show you what I know. And I will perform a waltz of sorts with her.
I don't know about.
Just follow my lead.
Okay.
Yeah, stand on his feet.
I am very happy.
Can I do a performance? with
Yeah,
this?
go ahead.
Is that a nat 20?
It's not.
No.
Oh.
It would
I
have
would
been a
have
little
screamed.
But it's a 17. No, that's an 18.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
sorry. That's a 22.
22. It's like no time has passed at all since the last time you've performed these steps. Something about hearing that music simply takes your feet right back.
Oh.
That's nice.
It was beautiful.
I have a hard time, like, I want to show her, like, she's doing a great job, like, she's following, and then I'll say something and just, like, and now a little bit more like this, and remember this.
All right, go ahead and roll me one more performance check, but with advantage because of the help action.
Oh. It's an 8.
An 8. You're really focused on your feet.
The dress is throwing me off.
Are you still wearing your party dress?
She never took it off.
Yeah.
I guess you don't sweat, so why not?
Yeah. You're getting them, my dear. We have
Yeah.
plenty of time.
Yeah, you're just focused on his feet and trying to follow, but he's confidently and gently showing you step.
I say, what a lovely pair you two make.
Oh.
Well, that's going
No,
a bit
no,
too
no.
far.
Stops. She stops.
In a paternal sense, of course.
Please, why don't you demonstrate what you have learned in your neck of the woods? Eh? Yeah.
May I have this dance?
Okay.
Okay. Yuri's going to snap his fingers again, make the music slightly more of a upbeat waltz, a little bit more flouncing around and things like that, rather than a subdued waltz. But yeah, he's going to offer his hand to Petra.
Oh. I put money in your hand?
Oh, no, my dear. They might take offense to that. No, your hand, please.
Oh.
He's
Right.
going to take her hand and using his tail to kind of help her posture and everything, like help
Oh.
fix her posture and everything, is going to start dancing with Petra.
All right. Performance check.
Okay. Okay, that's a 14.
All right. Confident,
Yes.
guiding her through the steps.
Crashing it with a 16.
16. You have advantage because he's helping.
Oh.
He's leading.
16.
16. All
I
right,
think
yeah.
everything finally clicks. She like takes the dance moves and calculates them into a math equation and is like, oh, okay.
And something about an underlying tension when you were dancing with Baird has vanished. So you're able to just kind of make sense of it a little more quickly.
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
Okay. Gonna finish, and Yuri's just gonna bow very, very deeply. Wonderful.
I bow just like you.
So Baird, you're standing there with Boss and dancing.
I went and sat back down, picked up my stuff, and resumed my work, but secretly I was watching the whole time.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I think we're going to leave it right there. That's what we're going to
Aw.
call intermission, on a heartwarming moment for a change rather than a cliffhanger. So thanks for being part of the show tonight, folks. We're going to take a little break. We're going to see if we can get the tunes resumed for the background music. And we'll be back in a bit. We hope you enjoy some lovely advertisements from some lovely people.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Where's Mackenzie?
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Sean.
I'm Ria.
And I'm Logan.
We just wanted to say
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Tales of Throssia.
We hope you enjoy it.
we hope you enjoy the show.
If you'd like to see more Tales of Throssia, as well as get updates on all the other awesome tabletop content at the Hive Collaborative,
Head over to www.hivechannel5.com.
HiveChannel5.com.
HiveChannel5.com.
And subscribe.
it's free, and you'll get updates about Tales of Throssia, Enter the Hex, and all the other awesome shows at the Hive Collaborative.
Oh, and please follow us on Twitch.
Or even subscribe.
You know, if you're into that sort of thing.
Thanks again, friends. We'll see you soon.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
That was today?
True. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous I had been to Dan. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had but may God shield and destroy the fangs of the arch-thief. No sooner had the reverberation of my blow sunk into silence than I was answered by his voice with a succession of loud and by a voice bursting suddenly from the throat of the chamber. The sob seemed to trust me, and then quickly swelling into one for a brief moment hesitated and trembled. Utterly nervous, I began to grow uneasy about the reasons of my anguish. Shall be lifted, nevermore.
We're back.
From outer space.
Woo! So now we're back. All right. Thanks for joining us once again, all you lovely folks. So let's talk tension. Our giveaway, we had everyone roll one of the 2 requisite 20s, and the giveaway didn't trigger. So now we're just going to roll that total over into this half. It's at $75.
$75?
Interesting.
USD.
Okay.
A. And the A is for Amazon, because it's an Amazon gift card.
And the pool, not the pool, the rolls have been wiped clean, so now I have to roll, because I'm going to do it. 2 nat 20s all over again.
This is your chance to
fighting
vote for
words.
confidence, folks. Logan proclaims.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the underdog, so.
You broke your 20 curse,
Yeah,
though.
you did. You
I believe
Just
in you.
before the stream, Mac was saying that she's not rolled a single 20.
A single natural
Yeah.
20 this whole thing.
Wow.
Well, and
Till
you got
today.
a crazy cool scroll out of it.
Yes, I did.
You saved it for a good one. 6th level spell scroll is going to take some encounter I make later and just be like, no, I don't think so.
Isn't that the
Vanish.
whole thing?
Next.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would do it.
Is that what you chose? Or are you going to keep it
I
a
was
secret?
joking,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a good idea.
No, I like
That is a very good idea.
if it's on the arcane spell list, and it probably is. That's a pretty good one. So yeah. So this is your chance, folks, to in Twitch chat select Twitch champion you'd like to say is going to be the first to roll 2 20s this second half of the show this evening. We've got Mackenzie. We've got Logan. We've got Sean. They've all got character names. What are they? Oh, we've talked about them. It's Petra. It's Baird. It's Yuri. And I didn't call you Logie this time, like I did the other time. I remember. Cool. A lot of fun. So yeah, $75 on the giveaway. Get your votes
baller.
in now for who you think might do it.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to see if it triggers. And if not, we'll just have to roll it into $100 on Friday night. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're here right now. But let's start with, resuming the story. Because that's a good thing.
Well, we were dancing.
Yes. It was a night to remember.
It was a night to remember.
I will remember all the steps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could just like log those away in some like memory card.
I am a perfect dance. Yeah, I'm thinking like Baymax on Big Hero 6.
Yeah, you just needed the download, and now
Yeah.
you have it.
Now I'm
That's
good.
great.
Perfect answer.
That's great. All right. You make the rest of your journey uneventfully to the city of Fallholt.
Oh.
That's right, the music's back. Also, I own that entirely. Booth had nothing to do with it. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Wow.
All right.
This
Now
city,
that my conscience is assuaged.
this city has some lovely theme music, don't you think?
That bard right over there. He's good.
Every capital city just has, like, the roving troubadours. Or at least they do in Throssia.
The bard
Yeah.
formerly known as Prince. It's a great backstory for a bard is that he was formerly a prince. And yeah, now he's just a bard.
Yep, a bunch of people
my
who
next
heard
character.
that just went, oh, I want to do that. Because it is pretty great. All right. So you make your way into the capital city of Throssia. Some of you've definitely been here before,
Yes.
being a man of means and culture. As well as this is where the university is, where you've studied. So this is where you've spent a great deal of time.
This is a massive city, I take it.
This is one of the largest cities in Throssia. One of the very largest. There are tens of thousands of people here.
Oh.
So there are many city streets, many places to go, and on the in the western portion of the city, in a little more not secluded but spacey area, there sits an old tavern with 6 walls known as the Hex. And you know this to be where the Hexant, the Guardians, will meet together with Galivor and discuss the needs of the entire nation of Throssia.
Is it like shut down at this point? Is it
Open
it
to
like
the
a
public?
is it like a tourist spot at this point?
Yeah.
It is a tavern that you can visit, and there's not You've got me answering really important questions actually about timeline right now. So why not just establish some things? We're at a point in Throssia's history where a group of heroes has saved Throssia from a threat far across the seas. The ugly deep, you heard word as you were in Ilfracombe, has in fact been restored.
Oh.
That's good.
And the heroes of Throssia have been able to return, most of them. A few fell along the way. And you've begun to hear the tales of how they defeated giants, faced them down, pulled them down from their strong places, defeated ghosts, and faced terrible fears and a threat that many did not even know was there. 3 terrible ancient beings known as crones that were manipulating the giants from behind the scenes to do their nefarious bidding.
Yes. I say, my friends, I think it might only be right to take a step into the hex and have a drink with the fallen. What do you say?
I could take you up on that, for sure.
Petra nods.
All right. As you enter this hallowed space, a very tall man, somewhat imposing, yet simultaneously very warm, with a booming voice, calls out, "Hello, my friends. Yes, come in. Come in. I have drinks for you all."
Yes, we would love some. Is there any stew on the menu today?
There is always stew when Miss Milliam is in the house.
Thank goodness. Good. My friends, you must try this stew. It's to die for.
I don't even know why, but it's almost like I feel some form of like starstruck or something. It's,
Right?
It's possibly just this place. Maybe it's your demeanor. Yeah.
I get it all the time.
I'll take
So, brave champions of Clan Malthior, coming to visit and pay respects to the Hexit. This
Yes.
is good.
Yes. We heard the news about Professor Lorilla Shepard. Very unfortunate.
Yes. A mighty hero of Throssia who gave all in defense of her country and nation.
Yes.
She makes all of your clan proud. And all of Throssia.
Are there other people at this tavern at this time?
There's a couple tables around. There might be people even booking rooms in the tavern. You don't really know. But there's others around eating bowls of stew, drinking.
With him so openly talking of Malthior, I want to just see, like, gauge, because this is not necessarily the warm welcoming we've seen in the previous town, so I just want to kind of gauge what people
You're reading the room?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
I'm drunk. Except for the 1.
A 1? No, you're...
What is in this? Stew.
My friends, he does not stand the liquors very well. I'm sorry to have given you something so strong. You look like such a big and strong man. I trusted you to be able to handle it a bit more. Here, I have something more gentle.
Right, you are.
I have something more gentle for you.
Oh,
Yes. We didn't have anything for breakfast, so it must have gone straight
empty
to his
stomach.
Right to his stomach.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
He'll throw up soon. It's okay.
Get it out. Yeah.
Make sure he does it outside.
Of course.
Sorry.
You, from Talam, you need to pay your bill.
Is that Boo Ball?
Roll a d20.
Nat 20? 11.
No, it's not.
Petra's just gonna go around the room looking at all of the artifacts on the wall and the flags. She's never been in here before, and
There are
it's just
indeed.
very overwhelming.
Mighty weapons, famous shields, tiaras rumored to have amazing magical properties, other pieces of armor. Things that you've heard mentioned in stories of great heroes standing in the face of evil and pushing back the darkness, making space for their home and the people that they love. This is a place full of stories.
As we're like going through, Yuri's going to be like kind of excitedly pointing these out. She's like, oh yes. I heard the story about the original clan guardian of Venida. Do you remember her?
No.
Several years ago.
Tell me about it.
Yes. She was a famous glamour bard, and it's like a picture of I'm spacing on her name now. That's kind of embarrassing. The Clan Veneta champion from first season of Enter the Hex. Trivia for all you there in chat.
Champion or Guardian?
Guardian, yeah, Guardian. It's
Oh.
I can't believe I just forgot her name.
Sounds French.
Glamour Bard, yeah.
Delore?
Delore.
Yeah, Madeline Delore.
Madeline Delore.
It's like a picture,
Nice.
a picture of Madeline Delore, like blowing a kiss and like with her autograph on it, and like the Veneta card that gives you advantage on deception checks and stuff like. Oh yes, and use that. The helmet of Sam Stewpot that he used to make stew in, that probably has tasted human flesh. And all this stuff. It's like clapping everybody on the back.
Oh. Can I look around the room and see if anybody's from Malthior wearing Malthior's colors?
Roll me a perception check.
It's an 11 plus 4.
15.
Nice.
You do see at one of the far tables there is a group of mixed champions, and one of them is indeed a member of Clan Malthior. They're sitting there talking amongst themselves.
I'm gonna tilt my cup in his direction if we make eye contact.
This lean, slight, elven person, clad in yellow, looks up at you, and lifts a chin, and nods.
Well,
Yes, I say.
So, you know you have a party to get to, and you know that the date of that party is this evening.
yeah. We should probably get going.
It's early in the day, but you know you have traveling to do yet.
Perhaps we might find a bit of a base of operations where we can freshen up, chaps. I do have some friends at the university. Perhaps we could check in at the dormitory.
Lead the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Petra's gonna go to the barkeep really quick and just be like, "Can I have some of that to go? Some of the stuff you gave him?"
Of course. I trust you with it. Do not give it to him.
Oh. Maybe you should have it back then. No, I'll keep it. Okay, thank you.
Behave yourself.
Yes. Yes. Cheers, Pashi. Ta-ra.
He does not wear a hat. I don't know why I did that. He tips his fingers.
His hair is too lovely to cover with a hat.
It's very true.
Yeah.
What clan are you from?
That is a secret that I have kept for a very, very long time.
Ooh.
You can tell me.
I could.
He's a funny guy.
I like him a lot, and I like him a lot.
Okay, let's go, floppy arms. Let's go.
Whoa.
Come on.
Another question for Hex Chat: which clan is Pashi from?
All right. Thank you, friends. Please visit again. And safe travels.
Thank you.
All right. You exit this space. You head out again into the city. You make your way to the university.
To the old dormitory.
You definitely know the way.
Yeah. So just swinging his arms, like pointing at people, waving,
How
Even-
long? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
whether he knows them or not.
How long has it been since you came to university?
Well, I've been out for about 2 years now doing some grad work, research with our dear missing professor. I do hope to see her again soon, but yes. You know, I did have a class from Professor Shepin once. Couldn't understand the foggiest about what she was saying, but she did inspire me quite a bit. She was the reason I decided to crack out into the world, you see. Yes, I feel like the world has experienced a great loss. But anyway, shall we?
Sure.
Lead the way. They seem to be your stomping grounds.
Everyone
all
seems
right.
to know you.
You know the way to your dormitory.
Okay.
Do you still have a room here? Or
No,
Okay.
not at all. But I know the RA.
Okay.
So, just like walk up, knock on the door. Hello, so good to see you again. And just kind of inquire about a temporary lodging for the time being, just to kind of put our stuff and get cleaned up and everything from our
What's
journey.
the RA look like? Since you know them.
The RA is a mustachioed gentleman, rather short, half orc. No nonsense, kind of no funny business or anything like that. Has pomaded hair that wears rather short and shaved on the sides.
So as you approach him and begin to speak with him, Yuri,
Yes,
it's been some time.
yes.
How good of you to come back.
Indeed, Cornelius. I missed your company.
Don't you all? All you who go abroad to study rather than stay here at the comfortable university. I don't know why anyone leaves. There's more than enough books to learn everything from here.
Yes, well, I graduated and they wouldn't let me stay.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. What is it that you need?
Well, we need a room for the time being. I wonder, are there any vacancies that we might step in just for a bit? We might need it for a night or two.
I could arrange something for you for just a few coins. Absolutely.
Cheers, yes.
I believe I have given all my money away. So Yuri kind of reaches into his pocket and,
Yeah, I've never felt this empty before. I say, could one of you chaps spot me a few?
Oh, I gave mine to the gnome after I killed her owl.
I have 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'll pull out 2. Would this suffice?
2 nights?
Yes, at the very most. Much obliged, Cornelius. Thank you.
He gives you a key.
okay.
You make your way down to a simple dormitory room where you begin preparations for a party.
Just kind of like storing our stuff. Yeah. Yuri is going to go get cleaned up. Just go like bathe and everything and come out perfumed and powdered and just looking very, very posh.
Petra's dress is now torn, kind of muddy. The hem is all, like she's been wearing it for like a week.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yuri is going to use prestidigitation to clean the dress. Prestidigitation is such a handy spell.
Sit down, and I'm going to spend time using my numerous devices that I have on to mend the dress, using the mending cantrip.
Nice.
All right. So your rather road-worn dress, after some attention from your companions,
My assistants.
just a line of rivets down the seam.
Perfect.
No, it's resplendent once more. It's almost like, oh, I'd almost forgotten it was that color.
Thank you.
All right. As you make your way out, Cornelius raises a hand. Yuri, where is it that you're headed to?
Well, I do understand that there's a bit of a to-do this evening. A party. Maybe you've heard about one being thrown in town?
You're invited to Lord Bairn's party?
Naturally.
You've always been one for the social circles, but I have to say I'm impressed.
Yes, well.
Well, you'd best get to move on. It's a bit of a walk to his manor house. It's outside the northern wall of the town. It's across the wastes.
Oh, yes. Oh, dear. We might have to get cleaned up again.
It's a bit of a walk. You might be a bit dusty by the time you arrive, but...
Can we get there by wagon?
Yes, absolutely. You'll arrive much faster that way, I suppose.
Yes. Yes, capital idea. Well, thank you again for all your help.
You
Good to
best
see
get
you
move
again,
on.
chap.
I mean, it's only stories, but I wouldn't want to travel that road at night myself.
Oh, yes. Well,
What
cheers.
happens on the roads at night? Oh, hello.
I suppose nothing happens on the roads at night, but they say that many, many hundreds of years ago a great battle took place in the northern portion of those lands, and that the more superstitious folks say the spirits of the dead don't rest easy once the sun goes down. They have more of a voice to reach out and speak to us.
Spooky.
Being an academic, I don't put much stock in these superstitious stories myself, but, well, all the same, stories often have unrelated foundations. People avoid things for reasons even if they don't understand them.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you for the warning and the advice. Yes. Well then, shall we, chaps?
Let's be on our way.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Cornelius, right?
Indeed, it was a pleasure.
She bows really big like he did after the dance.
He flushes a little bit.
As they're like turning around, Yuri turns back to Cornelius. It's like she's learning.
He points at you and then at her, and he.
Oh.
Yuri, come here.
Yes?
There may be a little problem. Were we invited or are we crashing the party?
You were given an invitation
Oh,
by
good.
Java. She secured an invitation for you.
Cool.
Yes. So,
You know what? I found. Never mind. Found the invitation.
good. I'm glad that we gave it to you.
Good, safe.
It was,
Hidden it away in your compartment.
There we go.
Oh boy.
That was delightful. Thank you.
While we are on our way there, I'm going to point to the giant battle axe, and are we thinking that we're going to be able to get in with something like that?
You're riding in your wagon,
Yeah.
leaving the
Just-
northern
Yeah,
portion
yeah,
of
yeah.
town at this point.
Yes. We may have to plant it somewhere, I dare say.
She grabs it defensively.
Have I ever been in this part of town where this particular manor is?
You have never been to this manor house,
Okay.
no. You know that there are a number of different lords and ladies and
Okay.
different members of high society because it is in a very, very large city.
Okay.
But no, you've not been here before.
Is it in vogue just at the moment to have statues, things like that on one's property, perhaps?
Is it in vogue? I would say that just because of the weight of tradition, it's very much still a practice.
Okay, so
We might be able to place it within easy reach with a statue. You know, make it appear to be part of a sculpture or something, you know?
Creator,
Yeah.
you make this collapsible?
Can I make that collapsible? How long of a ride do we have?
You don't know exactly, but you've been told and get the impression that it's like maybe an hour's ride outside of town.
Let me see if I've got something
I
up
can
my
assist you.
sleeves.
magical
I mean,
tinkering.
you're arriving in a wagon.
Yeah.
You're not going
Yeah.
to take the wagon inside. You can leave
Yeah.
belongings. You're not
don't-
taking in your bedrolls and stuff. You know you're going to be leaving some stuff in the car.
I
so
need
to
a
speak.
bag of holding. Where's my bag of holding when I need it?
You rolled a
Put that
6th
bag
level
straight
spell
up.
slot. or scroll, excuse
I'm
me.
grateful. I'm grateful.
I don't think I'm going to have the equipment I need to perform something like that to this. But perhaps in time. Oh. That was nice. That was nice. You nearly knocked my head off.
You're fine.
All right, and as you're making your way along this traveled, but not necessarily like cobbled road, it's a dirt road out into the northern reaches, you can see in the dimming light and the moon beginning to rise that there are portions of stone structures, long ruined, on the sides of the road. Things that you would think would be maybe guard towers or just posts. And this is indeed part of the stories that you know that long, long ago, great battles were fought here with some sort of opposition from the northern reaches and in the decaying rise, the mountain range that protects Throssia's northern border. And as you make your way along, looking out into the night, a being just steps out from behind one of these rubbly structures. It's a man that's very, very pale, and he's wearing guard's armor. And he's holding a long spear. And he says, "Hail, travelers. What brings you on this lonely road tonight?"
Whoa.
Just making our way to a party there.
We are going to party. Can I tell if is he, I mean, going by the stories and superstitions, is he undead? You said he was super pale.
I did say that. I did say he was super pale. Can you tell if something's undead by looking at something? Is this like a feature you have?
You
Can I
have.
do a medicine check? I don't know.
Well, you have.
Does he have pulse?
You have your divine stuff.
I do have
don't
my
know if there's,
divine, like I can turn undead, but
But there's like a divine scent. I don't know if that's
divine
something you
scent?
have.
Just
Yeah.
turn him and see if he walks away.
oh, you're fine. Never mind.
Okay, how do you engage with this person? What is it that you want to do? You can do one of your class abilities, but I need to know
I'll take the
what
reins.
you're about.
Okay.
What's going on, Petra? What you doing?
That story really scared me.
Yes. I say, good fellow, what's your name?
I am Ray, and I guard the way to the Lord's Manor House.
Yes.
Okay.
That's great. That's exactly where we're going.
What business do you have there tonight?
Well, we were invited there by the Lord
Yes.
Dominic himself.
Evening of song and dance and drink.
May I see your invitation?
Here it is.
And he reaches out and he takes it.
Is that right?
All right.
I guess we'll see.
I need the two of you to step away.
Oh no.
Step away, step away.
Step away, step away!
Interesting.
Okie dokie.
And be cognizant of your mics. All right. Petra,
Yeah.
as this being extends his hand, as Ray holds out his hand for your invitation and you hesitantly bring it in, as he gets close to you, he says, "Pay no mind to anything strange at the manor house tonight. Pay no mind. And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw."
Oh, okay. 13 plus 6, 19.
19. Okay. As he says this to you, you feel almost some force trying to exert itself against your will, in opposition to your own free will. But you just gently push back in your mind. And it strikes you as very, very strange.
Whoa.
Come on back in!
Come back in!
We fan theoried for a minute.
How am I sounding? How am I sounding? Here we go.
All right. He takes your invitation. He looks at it. Yes, this all appears to be in order. And he hands it back to you and he looks you hard in the eyes.
Yes, well. Thank you.
Everything's in
Thank
order.
you, Ray.
She'll put the invitation back and just cock her head and look at him and then walk away.
All right. Okay. As your wagon begins to move on,
Oh, very weird.
you just see him standing on the side of the road, holding his spear, watching you go.
I say nothing. I have said nothing since he looked me in the eyes.
All right.
Yuri's just gonna like kind of turn and wave at him a little bit.
So you watch him as you travel on.
Yeah.
I need you to roll perception for me.
Okay. That's a 9.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make it out. It's not a foggy night, but suddenly he's just not there.
I don't like this
I
place.
say, I've got Don't mind telling you, chaps, I've got the heebie-jeebies.
When we stepped away, are we cognizant that like was it like we were really here and we just didn't see what happened, or was there like a clouding of the mind that he and I experienced, or
You just didn't perceive
we just didn't perceive
anything
that? Okay.
out of that moment, aside from,
We replayed the moment that you were there for.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're good.
yep, you saw her hand this invitation, and then say everything seems to be in order and return it.
Petra looks back. Is he still there?
No, it's not there.
I said, Petra, are you all right? You seem to be a bit quiet.
He tried to take over my mind.
What? But
I felt a force pushing against my free will. He told me not to mind anything that happens.
Oh.
So he's probably doing this to other people at the manor.
I'm gonna
dear.
just give the horses a little bit of a kick, get moving along there. Let's put some distance between us and that. Well, let's just say that chap is someone we don't want to be running into again, eh?
yes, I think you're right.
Geppetto and Pinocchio pick up the pace and begin trotting faster along the road. And after a short period of time traveling in the moonlight, you hear the sound of a low horn from behind you, ringing out into the night. It's soft and mellow, but you definitely hear it
Behind us?
from behind you.
So you chaps hear that as well, right?
Oh, I sure do.
I did.
I was afraid of that.
All right. As you continue to move through these ruins and the shadows cast by the moonlight stretching them across the road, you see off to the side what looks like it might be an old well. However, it's just flush with the ground. There's stonework laid into the ground, but there's no stonework grazing about around it or above it. So it's just stone with a flat hole going down into the earth. And as the horn makes a second call, ringing into the night, a shadowy form begins to simply come up out of this hole in the ground, moonlight illuminating its silhouette. And you see it reach forth a hand, and it points at you. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
That is a 4.
Natural 20!
Oh, all right, that's the first.
Down.
If you picked Mac,
Yeah.
you might be on the road.
I told you not to. So I'm sorry about that. Oh, baby.
All right.
I didn't know Petra was superstitious until now. That's fun.
She's just a little stitious.
Just a little stitious.
Yeah, a little stitious.
Initiative roll.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, that's right. How could I have forgotten?
I've got a 8.
8.
Oh, you did good.
Look, I have the horses,
4.
okay? They're spooked.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did better than me.
you guys are really...
Yeah.
Wait, what did you get?
I got a 4.
Okay, very good.
Not do super well.
All right.
No, 8. I'm sorry, Sean.
It okay.
All right. So we have the group of you traveling down the road. Boss prepared. And rising out of this hole in the ground, a somewhat spectral looking figure.
Spectral? Is he see-through?
Parts of him
So he just came right out of the well.
The well?
just raising out of the hole in the ground, the well. Yes. All right, and we definitely begin with Petra and that natural 20 on the initiative roll.
Great. Oh boy. Oh, he's so scary. Okay. As a bonus action, I will cast Shield of Faith because I am scared.
Good call.
I clutch my holy symbol on the back of my hand, and the beautiful glowing shield just starts surrounding me. And it kind of lights up in this dark dark night. And then she will grab her axe and slowly move forward towards the figure.
Okay. How far are you moving?
30 feet. And she will start talking to it as well.
Okay.
Do you mean us harm? Why are you here?
All right. You simply hear a deep, wheezing breath just kind of emerge from this creature.
Do you need help?
It doesn't respond. Do you hold an action? Do you take an action? Do you just
Yeah,
move?
I would love to ready an action with my axe. And if he moves within my range, I would love to attack him.
Okay, holding an action to hit him with your axe. Which moves us to the creature.
Appropriate.
As it rises out of the well, you can see that there's no real feet beneath it, simply just a wispy, sort of spectral form that carries it. Parts of it seem very solid, almost like they're made of bone, and then parts of it just disintegrate into this dusty, cloud-like thing as it moves towards you and stops when it's 10 feet away from you. And then it raises its staff made of stone and what looks like bones. As it holds it up, it begins to mutter under its breath, and you see these tendrils, tiny black tendrils, begin just poking out of its form until all of a sudden they lash out in this large circle around it. Chop, 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 chop! It is too far away from you to chop.
Oh.
Because you're not in melee range just yet.
That was just
That's fair.
Mac.
That's a fair
That's what Mac
reaction.
would do.
Okay. So I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
I believe in you.
19.
19. Yeah, that'll do it. All right.
That's 16, right?
So, okay, you're going to take
Plus the 3.
half damage and suffer no other effects.
Good day.
Okay.
4 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic.
Ooh. As a tendril hits me?
As these tendrils lash out. You feel like it was attempting to really push you back, but you withstand and glance off some of the force, not taking the full blow, and you hear it mutter, Hadar, as it continues to stare at you.
Is it clearly muttering a spell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Hadar.
Hadar.
Oh,
That's...
arms of Hadar.
I know nothing. Petra knows nothing.
Nope, that's leftovers from another initiative. Baird, you're next.
Yeah, so I will hop out of the wagon and shout, Boss, move it! And have Boss use his 40 speed to come up next to, just like that. And then I'm going to, with my crossbow, I'm going to say, let's see what this can do now. With this modification that I've been working on it over the past few days, this is when I leveled up to level 4, I took the feat Sharpshooter.
Nice.
Okay.
So this is going to increase the damage that I can do with my crossbow. If I take a -5 to hit, I get a +10 to damage.
Oh, like barbarian style, but different. Okay.
So I'm going to, as my bonus action, have Boss aid or help me, so that he will give a distraction, which would give me advantage.
Okay.
If he is within range, though. I can't
He's definitely within 5 feet right
Okay.
now.
And so then I will ready my crossbow, get my sights just right, with lines up with the lens on my goggles, and then I will shoot. So this is going to be a -5.
Okay.
So let me see what I got here. Ooh! But it's with advantage from the help of Boss. That was a 5. Oh no! Yeah, that's 6.
terrible!
So totally whipped it.
acting out this contraption. Yeah. It's not calibrated just yet.
Yelling dad swears.
Yeah.
Need to fix this GD thing.
Rotten hosticle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, okay, so with
If you've
that,
seen the film.
I'm just gonna curse for the remainder of my turn, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Which takes us to Yuri.
Yuri, for just a moment, is going to be just like kind of like, just hearing him curse this blue streak. Both Yuri's eyes and the eyes on his hat are just going to be like saucers. Then he's going to hop down off the wagon. Am I within 60 feet of this
Totally.
being? Okay. Yuri's going to line up his shot so that he doesn't have to worry. Yeah, exactly. So he doesn't have to worry about accidentally hitting Petra right there.
Yeah.
He is going to kind of flick his fingers. One of them looks a little frosty. The other one is like sprouting little candle flames on all of his fingertips, and say, "Well, my spooky friend, you know what I call this? Freezer burn." And using 2 sorcery points to quicken cast, he's going to cast both. Ray of Frost and Scorching Ray, with all of them targeting this creature.
Whoa.
So first I'm going to roll for Ray of Frost. And that is a 19 plus 7 to hit for a 26 to hit.
That will connect.
Okay, so Ray of Frost. Okay, beam of frigid white-blue light streaks towards the target. So this freezing ray just emerges from Yuri's hand, spins around in the air, and hits this target. It's going to take 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
All right.
So it's going to take 2 cold damage, not much. So little icicles form on its bones. And then for the Scorching Ray, I roll for all of the rays individually. Okay, so that is, first one is going to be 9 to hit.
9.
I'm sorry, not 9, 19 to hit.
That's a bit better. That will hit.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, so 19. Next one is going to be, what is that? 13 to hit.
13 does connect.
Okay, so 13.
Whoa.
And then last one is going to be
How much damage does he take?
15 to hit.
15 connects.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so all 3 bolts connect. That is going to be 2d6 per ray, so that is 66 total.
Wow.
Oh, I heard
Wow.
66.
66.
66, like 66. Wow.
Okay. All right, so that is 8, 9, 13, 16, 19 fire damage. As it, first of all, icicles form, and then the fire bolts just come out of nowhere, hitting it, melting the ice as well. Its speed is still reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of damage. Moving down the initiative order, we come back to Petra.
Can I tell if, well, it's clearly like a specter, right? Is it technically undead? Can I tell?
It's a form of undead. You're pretty
It's a form
confident
of
at this
undead.
point.
Okay. Well, here we go. So seeing that it is this abomination, she is going to crouch down and put her hand on the ground.
Okay.
You know what? Yuri? She's gonna look back at you. You think you can hold this thing in one place?
I can certainly try.
Okay. And she is going to start muttering as she's kind of kneeling down, trying to avoid the tendrils. And she is going to cast silence on this thing.
Ooh.
In a
20 foot?
yeah,
Square?
20-foot
Yeah.
sphere
Nice.
centered on the creature.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you place down your hand, and this just bubble of divine energy just sort of radiates out, and suddenly all of the sounds of the night are gone. It's as if you're deaf inside
Because
this
I'm
bubble.
in there too, yeah.
Yeah. But this is also true for your foe. All right. Which brings us to the creature. Unless there's
gonna-
anything else on your turn.
She's gonna look up at him and just like smile and hold on to her axe.
Nice.
All right, you see its mouth just open wider, but you can't hear anything.
Oh, sorry. Can she also step forward 5 feet?
Yeah. You sure can.
Similar range.
Yep, gotta get in that range. Okay, I'm ready.
Alrighty. All right. It is the creature's turn. And as it looks around, you see its glowing eyes perceiving this bubble of divine energy creating this silence. And it turns to you and goes,
That's terrifying to watch. Op attack, because he's leaving my
now.
range.
Yes.
All right.
And his speed was reduced by 10 feet, so he can't get quite.
And if I successfully attack him with this op attack, his speed will be reduced to 0, and he won't be allowed to leave the bubble because of my sentry feat item.
Well, let's go ahead and see what happens.
Hi.
Ooh!
Is that a nat 20?
19.
Oh, man.
I hit him.
19?
19 plus whatever. I
Okay.
have.
You're still at 1 nat 20, right? You're the person who has
Yeah,
nat 20?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That
Plus
connects.
5, 24. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, so his speed is 0. He can't
Wow.
move anymore.
In that thing to the
That
ground.
is genius.
Yeah, 10 plus 3, 13 great axe damage.
13. Wow.
So she slashes down, and she can still see him over her shoulder she can't talk, but she's gonna say, "You thought you were leaving so soon."
Yuri's going to try to lip read. I think she's saying something cool, but I can't quite tell what it is.
All right. So as a reaction, you can perform this opportunity attack that halts his movement.
Yes, let me read it to you. It is the
Sentinel feat.
Sentinel feat. When you hit a creature with an attack of opportunity, with an opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn.
Well, there you go.
Sentinel,
Creatures
man.
also provoke attacks from you, even if they take the disengage action before leaving. Your reach reaction.
Yeah. You
All
are a
right.
sentinel. You don't let anything pass.
I have friends now. I have things to protect.
Okay. Well,
I still can't understand what she's saying.
Yuri's,
She's having a
making these
full-on
punching
conversation with it.
Yuri's going to cast Minor Illusion to like make subtitles about what he thinks she might be saying.
Bad lip reading.
okay. So instead, it turns towards you, and its jaws hanging down, and it raises this bony hand, and blue energy is just radiating from around the fingers, and it just rakes its fingers across you, or tries to, with a natural 20.
Negative. Boss is going to use his reaction to deflect attack. You have disadvantage.
Is he positioned? Because boss is here.
Oh, that's not where he. Oh, because he
moved.
wouldn't have moved.
Yeah.
It did move.
Yes.
But I thought he couldn't move because he has a.
As soon as he
thing of
got to
0.
the point that he would leave and provoke
okay.
the opportunity
Yeah.
attack.
Okay,
Okay.
makes sense.
Well thought. Well thought out.
Thank
okay.
you, though.
He tried. He was like, oh.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
There's 14 points of necrotic damage on the critical hit.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Moving down, Baird.
Okay. I've just been fiddling with my crossbow, recalibrating it. I'm gonna take another shot, but I will first, boss. I will hold my action for boss to move in, get
What's
right up in there,
Okay.
and doing the same thing. Just cause a distraction, nip at his lack of heels because he has no feet.
It's true.
That was a 1 with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh! Why is it always like both ends of the spectrum with me?
That's what Sean
We
did
got a
last
couple of
time.
those. Yeah, the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Okay.
that is a 23 to hit.
Which will hit.
So
It's a 20, it hits.
I minus the 5 because I'm using my special shot.
Okay.
So if I am
I'm
understanding
going to
this,
let this go this time. Do you need to declare that before your roll?
oh,
I'm going to let it go this
Okay.
time. Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a new
okay.
ability. We're learning it.
okay,
In
yes,
future.
I will make sure to do that.
Because it's easy to say, well, I rolled a 20, so I guess I'll take the negative 5.
Yeah.
But you're good.
Okay. Sorry.
Roll them damage dice, man, and double them.
Double 4. Oh my gosh.
I roll so many ones.
Was I supposed to double
So
my
5
damage?
plus
On a 20?
plus a 16.
Yes.
So 21.
21 damage.
Piercing damage.
Sorry, get those out of the way for you.
Okay.
And
Are your bolts magical? I never remember.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And then that will be my turn.
Not that that's relevant. I'm just asking for no reason at all.
What did you have?
If my bolts are magical. Typically ghosts.
Okay. Yeah, you, with the aid of boss, just bury a bolt in this bony form.
There we go.
Nice.
The calibrations was off. That's the reason. It's fixed now.
You hear the whizzing of this bolt, and then nothing. You just see it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Petra looks over her shoulder.
I don't know what you're saying.
Roll me a concentration check for your silence, because you took a mean hit.
Oh, yeah. What do I add to concentration?
Con.
Oh, just a con.
Yep, your constitution.
16.
Okay, you're good.
Nice.
All right.
Good call.
And then Baird, anything else on your turn?
I would like to step maybe forward 5 feet, maybe a little bit more towards you. Yeah, like so on the road. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of get a better angle
Okay.
looking at him.
Okay. Cool. Takes us down to Yuri.
Okay. Yuri, like watching all this happen, is going to get like really excited, and is going to, in his excitement, his tail's going to start kind of tracing this arcane pattern in the air, and he's going to cast Chaos Bolt. So
Were your 2 spells before both cantrips?
one of them was a cantrip, one of them was a second level spell, and then I used 2 sorcery points.
So go ahead and give me a roll on that, and we're at 3.
It's a 6.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. All right. So Chaos Bolt.
It's now at 4.
Okay. So that is an 18 to hit with Chaos Bolt.
That will
Nice.
connect.
Okay. So as all this entropic energy is being pulled into his arcane focus, that is 2d8 plus 1d6. 2. I can never find him when I need him.
Man, this guy would be so creepy in like a silent situation. Oh, just screaming at you.
Okay.
You're gonna
So
feel
that
his
is
spit. You can't hear him.
a 1, which would be fire damage, and a 5, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lightning damage. Let's make it lightning damage. So he takes 5, 6, 7, 8 lightning damage as this thunderbolt just flies through the air and erupts into him.
Alrighty.
I'm super glad you didn't say thunder damage, because no thunder damage can get in that bubble, because it's technically.
That's true. But you didn't do thunder
You
damage.
said
Oh,
lightning.
I'm sorry. No, it is lightning damage, not thunder
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
It's got little icons here that help
Cool.
me keep
Oh, I
track.
thought you said fire. I can pay attention.
I know he didn't say thunder, which is why I said that.
Okay. Alright. Yep, you unleash this chaos bolt into
Okay.
the bubble of silence.
Yes.
That'd be so creepy.
So it just goes in there, and yeah, you see it just kind of arcing off of him a little bit. And that's all for Yuri's turn.
Okay. Your sentinel feat. This guy won't know that. Can you trigger that as many times as you want?
It's a reaction. So
One per round.
So
technically,
just per reaction.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Alright. It's back to you. Up at the top.
It's my turn again.
It is.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, yeah, I'll hit him again because I also can't cast any spells.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can I move?
The realization phase.
I
You can move.
move out of the bubble. Yeah, I would love to like hop over boss, tap his head, and say "good boy," but have it no sound come out. Exactly. And then I just want to face this guy like I want to stand between him and the edge of the bubble so he's not leaving. And then
Oh, okay.
and then just wail on him with guiding bolt.
Nice.
Alright. Can you do that in your silence?
Uh,
Or did you just leave the barrier, you said?
how far away is the edge of the barrier, I guess?
Where did you cast it originally? On him, centered?
On him as the center point.
Okay, so he was standing here, so that's 5, 10, 15. You are in 20, so one more square would get you outside the bubble.
But
Because you
I
said
would
it's
be-
20-foot radius?
Right.
So,
but
yeah.
I would be outside his melee range.
You would. So
I'm
you're
just
still
gonna-
you're at the edge of the bubble.
Yeah, as long as I'm between him and the edge of the bubble, if it puts me in silence, I'm just gonna wail on him.
Okay. So you're just gonna swing?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna wail.
What's it gonna be?
I'm gonna wail on it with the great axe.
Choices.
That would be an 18.
That does connect. Damage.
Excellent. That would be a 7 plus 4, 11.
11 damage. Okay.
Can I take a second one?
Do you get 2 attacks?
No.
Not
I was
yet.
about to say at
Five,
4th
My
level
bad.
I wouldn't think so.
Characters jumble together. Okay, nope. And then I'm just gonna smile at him. As much as a robot can smile. Her little eyes go into like half circles.
Okay. Which brings us to this Spectral Terror, and on its turn,
I'm ready for you.
it's going.
You just try to leave this bubble.
Can't do that because he can't talk.
Silence on spellcaster.
I love it so much. Oh! Did you see that maniacal giggle?
Yeah, he got a little giddy with.
I think I might die.
I won't let that happen.
You see it like reaching out its hand, and you see like an attempt at like energy beginning to gather, and it just dissipates.
Oh.
And then the
getting
blue
frustrating.
energy around his fingers comes up again, and it just
Yeah.
brings
Yep.
it. That, where'd we go? That is an 18 to hit.
I have a 19 with my shield of faith.
Nice.
Defended is blocked. All right. I don't think I can.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
think he's
yes,
just having a
yes.
rough day. So he's going to attempt to move.
I hit him.
See if it happens.
So 21, 16 plus 5.
Yep, absolutely hits.
Awesome.
What's your damage?
That would be a 10 plus 4, 14.
Wow, that's a reaction attack. 14 damage.
I'm sorry, minus what? It was plus 3. Sorry.
13.
So I said plus 4. It's only plus 3.
So
it's
13
13
instead of
damage.
14? Okay. Cool. All right, you swing your axe and it halts again as it attempts to move outside of this bubble.
Yay!
You can see its form starting to look a little more like gashy and wobbly as it's trying to just glare with these glowing eyes into you. You can just see and almost feel frustration emanating off of this thing because it just can't cast the spells that
Silent
it's used to
frustration.
working with.
How long does that silence last?
long as
Up
you
to
maintain.
10 minutes with concentration.
Gosh. Okay.
That's awesome.
I will
And you block
run
it.
across the road so that I am not immediately behind Petra. It looks like she's right in between us. I want to come
Pretty
like
much.
straight up the screen. No, sorry,
Oh.
up that way. Yeah.
Oh, and just a reminder, you guys can't see the map, so we should be a little
Right.
more descriptive about
So
it.
do
I'm
need
running
good descriptive
across
for
the
that,
road,
absolutely.
kind of up into some rubble, so that I am at an angle where Petra is not in between me and this spectral host.
Nice.
I ready my crossbow again. I will be taking the sharpshooter -5.
Okay, very good.
And then holding my shot until I notice that boss has gotten him into a more advantageous position.
Okay.
That's the help command.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that is a 13 or an 11. So 13 plus 3, 16.
Does connect.
Okay.
Nice.
What's your
Nice.
damage?
So a D10 plus 16. 21!
16?
I get to, it's
Holy
normally
cow.
a plus 6, but plus 10 for taking the -5.
Oh, right, for
That's the
sharpshooter.
Keep shooting
So
right.
21!
21 points.
Whoa.
You once again hear the whistling of this dart just stop as it passes through, and again just
Good boy, keep him down like that.
That is glorious.
Yeah, it's good that it's not reversed, because part of me would be like, if your roles were reversed, I don't feel like you could tell boss what to do, because you wouldn't be able to speak to him, but he can...
He can hear you.
No, we are deafened in there.
Oh, really?
We'll
Correct.
play that moving ahead.
You don't say.
I'm gonna double check for you.
Although, I don't know. It seems like boss would kind of know to...
Yeah.
He would know your drill and probably follow protocols until new
You
instructions
know how
came.
this works.
Creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it.
Oh, okay. That makes
Okay.
sense. Interesting.
In that case, we're just fine. Moving along to Yuri.
Okay. Yuri, just kind of taking in the lay of the land and kind of the situation that's developed, has formulated a little bit of a plan in case Petra needs to make a getaway. Running forward, he runs right up to this spectral figure, and spinning around, he casts Shocking Grasp using one sorcery point to invoke Subtle Spell, meaning he doesn't need to use any verbal or somatic components.
I was this close to being like, but you just put in the bubble. No. He's
So
prepared.
he does this and just kind of like gives everyone else a wink as he's spinning around. And is this creature wearing any metal armor? Or is it just like rags and...
All ghost material.
It's more leather and raggedy robes.
Oh, just curious because if I would get advantage if it were.
That's cool.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That is a nat 20, baby!
Again, all three of us.
Again, everyone's rolled one. We're at the cusp of someone winning $75 on Amazon.
Feels good. Feels good. Almost nat 20.
All right, double them damage dice for me.
Am I rolling 2 or just rolling 1 and doubling it?
Roll and double.
Okay. That's whole 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
But it also can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay.
So I look over at Petra and say,
You want me?
hey, you can.
This is some nice
You can't
pantomime
hear anything,
going
but
on.
yeah. Okay. All right, and then I used 1 sorcery point and cast, it was a cantrip. Does that bump it up to 5?
I believe we're at 5.
Okay. That's a 16.
We're at 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then Yuri is going to back up 10 feet out, and then he can like hear again and just like kind of like digging in his ear, and it's much better, yes.
All right.
Okay.
Nicely done. Brings us back to Petra.
I can't let this guy out of here. How bad is he looking?
It's not looking good. I mean, he was ugly
He didn't
before,
look
but
it,
it's a new kind of not looking good.
New kind of ugly. Got it. This is just so much fun. This is keeping him in these bubbles like a little game. Out of curiosity, can Petra identify like what kind of creature this is? Is it?
You can make a check and see.
But that would take my turn.
They would take your action.
Okay. Then it's too good. She'll hit him again.
Okay.
She's gonna stay. She's actually going to circle a little bit around, so she's between Yuri and the crazy creature. Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy creature.
She's going to say, "You want to dance?" But no one can. It's hard to lip read because really the mouth just goes up and down. Yep. And then she's going to take a swing with her great axe again.
Okay. Swing away.
Okie dokie. Woo! That would be.
Rolling good.
I know, a 24.
That will connect.
Creepers,
Excellent.
creepers.
7 plus 3. That would be 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Yep.
All right.
Your axe is not magical, right? You don't. Is it a
No,
magic axe?
it's not magic. No.
But it
just-
conducts electricity.
Yeah.
As metal does.
All right. Anything else on your turn? Okay.
She's going to wait for him to leave so she can hit him again.
All right. This spectral being turns itself towards you, takes one hand and grabs the scruff of your dress and just pulls you in close with this wide open mouth. and it just puts its claws over your face and it starts to squeeze.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
That is a 23 to hit.
it hits.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Can boss use his reaction now?
Still spaced apart.
We're flanking. Oh, that was a lot of dice I heard just then.
That is, that was a really good roll though. That is 13 points
Ugh.
of necrotic damage, and I need another concentration check for your silent spell.
That would be a 13 plus 3, 16.
16.
For
You're still good.
concentration.
Cool.
How many points of damage? You said 13 points.
13 points of necrotic damage.
Excellent.
That's everything it can do on its turn.
Oh my gosh.
Moving down to Baird. It's not even trying to move anymore.
Did it leave marks?
It's
Oh!
like digging its claws into
As a reaction, I'm going to electrocute it with my like if it's gonna start clawing into my face,
Yeah.
electricity is gonna be going crazy.
Do it. How does this go?
It's got to make a dex save, doesn't it?
Dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw, correct?
Okay. Nope. It's a 9.
Oh dear.
Oh, it
I guess at least a
fails.
14.
Full damage.
So yeah, this is lightning damage, and I'm also going to use my. Yeah, what time is it tonight? Yeah, I am. I will also use my. Where are you? So that's Wrath of the Storm. I'm going to also do. No, I'm not.
I was so excited to hear what it was.
I should have, but I don't. That would be 4 points of electricity damage.
Oh, okay. You do shock it back as it claws into your face.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Baird.
Okay. I'm not going to use my sharpshooter. This is just a regular shot right in the back of its skull. So I ready my crossbow and let one loose. Yeah, that's a 24 to
Oh
hit.
wow.
That does connect.
Jeez, crazy.
And that is 7 piercing damage.
7. With your magical bolts.
And then Boss is just going to rip and rend away at its spectral form with his steel teeth.
Oh, Boss is taking the bite. Okay.
Mm.
Do it, boss.
Oh, no. That's like a 8.
8's not going to get through. He tries to bite at physical form, but too much of it is just powdery and ethereal and dust.
Boss, you can't bite him, boss! But he can't hear me.
Nope.
The clanking sounds you normally associate with Boss are just not there. Anything else?
I'm fine right where I am. Yeah.
Yuri.
Okay. Yuri is, before he goes into the bubble, is going to kind of reach into a pocket, pull a pepper, and toss it in his mouth, and cast Dragon's Breath on himself to give himself Fire Breath attack.
Okay.
And then he's going to, like, trying to hold it in, he's going to move between Boss and Petra right there, so that they won't be in his 15-foot cone, and he's going to just like kind of tilt his head back and breathe fire directly onto this being, try to burn it to the ground. It's got to make a DC 15 dex save.
All right. 15.
It
So
beats
half damage.
Whoa.
half damage, yep, so, okay. So that is 3d6 fire damage. Ah, man, that's really low. That is 4, 5, 6. 7, sorry. It's 4.
So that's halved. It's
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Yuri. Finish him.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So, like seeing the bolts and things like that, not finding their mark as well. Yuri is going to point at its feet and just burn it from the foot to the head. Just letting these flames kind of lick up its body. And last thing is this silently screaming skull just there in the air. And then like stop abruptly and leave the skull like suspended for a minute like a Wile E. Coyote type thing before it drops and just kind of bounces on the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
Petra, you have a unique view of this happening because it's still gripping your face, and you just see this form
shoot, sorry.
consumed. You
No,
did,
no, yeah,
you
that's
did it
great.
right. She's not in any
All
danger, but you just see the form getting consumed in flame as it burns away to this skull that does indeed hang for a strange moment in the silence. You did this outside of the bubble anyway, so you're totally fine.
I cast it outside of the bubble.
You did.
So,
You
and it's a
specified
concentration spell, so I can cast it
and
outside.
it falls to the ground. It's gone.
She lets the silence spell bubble fall.
All right, and I think we're up to... that was
6.
6? Okay.
Unless there was another sorcery point in there.
No, it was a second level spell, though. I don't know if that affects it at all. But that's a nat 20. I don't know if... does that count for the 2 nat 20s?
I say.
I think it
counts.
does.
Who voted for me?
If you
Nobody
selected
did.
Sean in the giveaway, you are going to be considered for a $75 prize.
I voted for Sean.
Feels pretty good.
Nice.
That was impressive.
So we'll let Booth figure that out. If no one selected Sean, then it will actually just continue.
It just continues.
But if we have people who selected Sean, then they're going to be considered for that $75 gift card. We'll
Nice.
talk about that at the end of the show. We're going to let the booth figure that out, and we'll come back to it. All right. Well, that's pretty exciting, folks.
That's a nice way to end the battle right
That
there.
was cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. With great aplomb, you managed to take this spectral being and immobilize it, almost defang it, and you just sense its frustration as you wailed on it, just pouring damage upon damage, turning it to dust.
Silence plus Sentinel, that was clutch.
That
was
was
pretty
so
boss.
much fun. Yeah, so Petra, you just see her, like her arms kind of drop, and the whole bubble you can kind of see just goes like, and just disappears. And she looks over at Yuri, because you're right next to her, and you see these scratches across her face. And her dress is like all singed and gross. Thank you for the help at the end there.
My pleasure. I say, I don't know if you intended this, but I do believe you invented grunge.
What is grunge?
I think we'll find out.
Thank
You look good.
Hearing that from Yuri, super proud, stands up straight, super happy with how she looks right now. Yeah.
Boss is gonna move up since he's in this vicinity as well and just kind of like nudge into you.
Good boy. Good boy, boss.
And you hear from my distance.
She turns and just nods at you. Just a respectful nod.
Back in the wagon before any more of those spiteful spooks come out, eh?
I like that idea. I think we should. Tally-ho, then?
Tally-ho, indeed.
All right. You get into your wagon and leave that terrible well behind you as you make your way up the road to the manor house of Lord Dominic Bairn. We'll get these out of here. As you move through the night, you see the form of the manor house on a slight rise in the distance become perceptible ahead of you. And as you get closer...
Can Petra have a little conversation before we get there?
Absolutely, you've got time.
Okay. Petra wants to turn to you guys and just say, was that someone's soul? What was that?
Well, I'm not an aficionado on religion myself, but as I understand it from my studies, sometimes when terrible things happen, there are some very powerful feelings that can be left behind, some residual hatred or rage or anger that can be imbued upon a place. Sometimes it can take the form of the person that was left behind.
So you think it is someone's spirit or their feelings left over?
I would say it's possible. I'm not entirely sure I buy into all that myself, but I feel like there's a great deal that we don't understand, so...
If any of you at this point want to make a roll about the nature of the being you encountered, it's not going to cost you a round of
Give it a shot.
combat.
Is it
So,
religion or?
Could be religion, could be arcana, could be history.
I rolled a 2 for a 4.
I'll try to
He's
do.
a spooky
religion.
fellow.
It was pretty spooky. Did you nat 20?
Not 20.
Oh, nice.
So close.
Wow.
I'm sorry I hit you.
On the day we introduced the double nat 20 thing, it happens.
up.
Like a lot more 20s just showing
Nice.
up. With the natural 20, you actually begin to pray and inquire with your deity as to the nature of this beast. And it's peculiar because you've done your own learning and you've definitely tried a lot of praying to get answers before, but it's very seldom you feel like you get anything. But you get a very clear picture in your mind. It's not necessarily verbal, but you're able to process its meaning very clearly. The pact between a warlock and its patron is not a trifling thing. And should a warlock not live up to their end of that bargain, there are occasions that when they fall, they rise as a new being known as a deathlock.
Oh, man.
And you are very confident that is the very being you encountered, was one of these
Oh,
poor souls.
Wow.
it was a soul. It was someone's soul.
Soul is a complicated matter. It's some call it spirit, some call it the soul, but I can tell you that whatever it was that we encountered, that was evil and malice, and nothing that you would ever want to be a part of.
I understand.
We probably did it a kindness, all things considered.
Creator, do I have a soul?
Well, that gets it gets a little bit muddy, a little complicated. It's probably best that we could sit down and chat about this in
All right.
due time. Look, there's the manor's up ahead, and we want to make sure that you're looking all right. Your face is a bit scratched up, and I'm just going to start using mending again to restore the...
No, I like it.
Well,
Yuri said I looked good.
you know, if that's your thing, then, you know, but can I at least help with the dress? I mean, we
What's
are...
wrong with the dress?
Well, it's torn up, it's muddy, it's got ash on it. We're going to a party after all.
Okay, don't fix the face, but you can fix the dress.
Okay.
Also, I have mending, but I'm not going to use it.
All right.
Oh,
That was
thanks.
me trying to...
It was
really
really,
change
nice.
the subject.
Yeah, I know, it worked. It was fine. It was good. Really sprung that on you.
As you're having this conversation, you hear the soft pattering of rain beginning to fall, and it begins to fall harder and harder. And as you approach the manor house, a peal of thunder rolls across.
I can hear it.
If that's not foreboding.
Yuri's going to cast Gust above us. Oh, I guess we're in a covered wagon, aren't we? Okay, so we're not getting it.
Yeah,
That's a
you're
nice
right.
thought, though.
All right. You arrive at a large and beautiful, albeit a bit imposing, manor home. It looks as though it's stood here who knows how many decades, maybe even hundreds of years. Large stone towers adorn this very, very opulent home. And you can see wagons hitched outside. You can see a stable to the side and hear the whinnying of horses. As you approach the gate, you are greeted by a man with slicked dark hair,
Ooh.
wearing very fine servant's attire.
Ah, yes. It's so good of you to have arrived. May I have your invitation, please?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Thank you, madam.
very classily just reaches down right on in there.
It was in a very safe compartment.
This all seems to be in order.
Litter compartment.
Please, come inside. I am Billsworth Haddleford, head butler of the household.
Of course.
It is my pleasure to welcome you. Please.
Cheers, Billsworth.
And he brings you in. You have arrived at the party. The sound of the rain begins to fade as you come inside, as do other spooky sounds.
You can see Petra following behind Yuri and kind of doing everything he does.
Okay. Yuri is flouncing. He's like got his best look, and he's like kind of tipping his hat to everyone, winking at people as he walks by. Picks up a drink off of a tray without looking at it, and just kind of brings it to his lips. It's good to be back in society.
I'm going to bend down to Boss, give him a pet on the head, and ask him, I'd like you just stay right here in the entrance, okay? I don't think they're going to let you in there. And I'm just going to have him, like, stand guard in the little foyer.
So in the foyer with his bowler hat and his tie, he just sits down his metal behind, clank, and just watches you obediently.
Good boy.
Petra sees people going and like getting their coat, like giving their coats to the coat check person, and she's gonna go up and like hand her great axe to them. Here you go.
It's a younger boy who's a member of the household, and he's taking coats. Thank you, madam, and hanging up coats. Thank you, sir. Hanging up coats, and he turns to you. Oh! And he looks up. Thank you, madam. And he awkwardly places it in the corner.
I see where it is, so I can track it. Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
You enter into this beautiful household. You can see in the main hall that there are a number of rooms going off to the side. Excuse me. Billsworth is giving you just the initial lay of the land. To the left, we have the drawing room. Beyond that, we have the dining area. The ballroom is down the hall. If you would like to have some refreshment in the lounge, you'd be welcome to sit and wait, or socialize as you see fit. It is a party after all.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is there anything you need before I attend to the other guests?
Is the gentleman of the house receiving guests, or will he be presenting himself?
He is currently mingling. I'm not quite sure what room he's in at the moment. You are, of course, welcome to seek him out. And if you would like to make an inquiry, I can let him know that you are looking for him.
Not quite.
I think it might be more fun to find him ourselves.
What does he look like? What is he wearing?
Lord Dominic. He is a stately gentleman, graying in the hair, mustache, very regal. I believe he's vested in magenta robes this evening.
Good taste.
Matches the curtains.
Yes.
Yeah, where can I get a whiskey?
Should you inquire in the lounge, the attendants should be able to get you anything that you like.
Thank you. I head that way.
All right, and Billsworth disappears into the many, many people. There are many folks dressed in all sorts of fineries, going about talking to each other, drinking, laughing, making small conversation. Some looking down their noses at each other from across the room.
Do I recognize anyone from any prominent families?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
It's a 14.
14! All right. Pick a room. I'll tell you who you find.
I'll head into the lounge with Barry.
All right. You head into the lounge. You see in there, holding a drink and looking at groups of people having conversations back and forth, there is a very elderly gentleman. You know him, partially because of your academic circles, but also because of just your status in high society, as Siegfried Magnatimus Bellwether.
Oh.
Oh, that almost came out my nose.
Gotta be careful with that. He's a shorter human with longer white hair. And he is a noble, but also an academic who kind of more dabbles than having a tremendous reputation.
Okay. Is he associated with any clans or just kind of?
No.
Okay.
Many members of the elite are not associated with a particular clan. There are a few who are.
Okay.
But many of them don't feel a particular need.
Right. Professor Bellwether, what a pleasure to see you here. Did you just get into town?
Why, if it isn't young Yuri. Oh, I heard that you've been studying abroad for some time.
Yes, indeed, yes. I figured I might continue my education, get my graduate degree.
Oh, how very fantastic for you. That's quite good.
Yes.
That's quite good. Continuing one's education is of the utmost value, I always say.
Yes, it's been my experience. What are you doing in this part of Throssia?
Oh, you know, I'm continuing my own studies, furthering my research into the migratory patterns of the common grumbleworm. You know.
Fascinating, the grumbleworm.
Yes, thank you for acknowledging. Most of these here don't seem to give the time of day to something so truly intriguing. The fact that the migratory patterns take place over a space of several meters seems to be of no interest to these.
I had no idea that grumbleworms migrate.
Well.
And he sets down his drink and he begins to engage with you excitedly.
So, the common grumbleworm in its times and seasons and cycles is easily traceable in its migratory patterns, you see, because they congregate in their colonies. But when the fall begins, the colony moves several feet to the south. No one's been able to explain why, but they do it every year. And then, at winter's high crest, they continue towards the northeast, several meters from their original home.
The madam in the purple dress has been asking for your presence.
Oh, really?
for some time.
I do beg your pardon, Professor Bellwether, but continue your research. I'm fascinated to find out what you discovered.
I have more things to share with a fellow academic. If you have a moment to spare, I'd be very curious to eventually...
I have several, but I must disperse them amongst everyone, so very good to see you again, Professor.
Roll persuasion.
To get away, I love this so much.
That's a 12 plus 7 for a 19.
19?
Can't beat his
Opposing
DC
check.
of 20.
Natural 20.
Did he beat it?
Natural 20.
So he's like holding your arm, being like,
But you know, the most interesting bit is that as they pull to the side,
and then you gently extricate yourself and just 1 moment. And
Yuri is going to cast Minor Illusion over in the corner and say,
Good heavens, Professor, there's a grumbleworm right over there! What on earth could it be doing at this party?
Be honest. What could you...
and he stumbles off to the side.
and Yuri's going to just kind of dash right.
Okay, I was just... Seemed like you needed a hand there for a moment.
Oh, well.
Grumbleworms.
All right. I'll take this opportunity to remind you that Java encouraged you to find those who are close, or at least who know things about Lord Dominic, and see if you can find insights from those kind of in his periphery. To not maybe approach him directly. She didn't say not to approach him directly, but as you're investigating the happenings in the house, try to find out what maybe the source of these rumors are.
As Petra is a head taller than a lot of people here, she is like radar, has a mission, looking for the magenta robes, gray hair dude.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception.
It's an 8.
Okay. There's a lot of people here. A lot of interesting people. You don't know how you feel about all of them, but like it's quite the show.
Claustrophobic.
I look for like anyone that is showing off any semblance of like invention in like any kind of scholars. I'm looking for anyone that would kind of be up my alley of workshop workers, tinkerers, people like that.
Okay. Go ahead
listening
and roll,
in on
roll
anything.
perception for me.
10.
10. Part of it may just be that you're in a finite room with a lot of other people around. Part of it may just be that might not be your crowd when it comes to people who are more hands-on and interested in creating devices and exploring those sorts of possibilities. There's a lot of societal speak.
Can you remind me what rooms?
There was the lounge, there was the drawing room, there was the dining room, there was the ballroom, and...
Okay, it's down to those you guys.
I feel like I
Bathroom, kitchens.
And of course the dungeon.
There's always other rooms. Yeah, there's always more rooms. There's
Okay.
bedrooms and other sections, but that's what you had
Scandalous.
shown to you
Right.
by
right.
Billsworth.
Are you enjoying your whiskey bed?
It's yeah, I like it nice and dry. I'm interested for like a library if they have one of those, and I'll be snooping around and peeking through doors if I can find anything
I
like.
think the drawing room is closest to the library.
The drawing room has a library as
Yeah.
part of it, absolutely.
And that's
So
where
there's
I will-
many books. All right, go ahead and roll me a perception check while you're in there.
6.
Nice books. Yeah.
Not. 6.
6.
Yeah. Not doing well.
You definitely don't find the Lord in question talking with anybody. As you're just sort of perusing, a gentleman approaches you, also in servant's attire, maybe not quite as polished in his demeanor as Billsworth was. He says, I see your drink's empty. Would you like me to refresh that for you?
That I would. Set it down on his tray.
He takes it and he hands you a different drink. Can I get you anything else while you're here? You look a bit lost.
No, I was just perusing the contents of your library. Does the master of the house do a lot of reading, a lot of research?
Oh, Lord Dominic, I don't know if I've ever seen him crack a book before. But, perhaps that's not for me to say.
Oh, no. This is kind of the juicy tidbits that gets my mind reeling. I like to know a little bit about the master of this party here. So, if he's not cracking books, what's he spend his time doing?
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna use luck. Luck.
That one.
That's a 1.
Another 1, wow.
Oh my. Persuasion.
2?
9.
9. He did just commit a bit of a faux pas saying that his master doesn't read very much. And he says, well, master of the house, he is about his own business, hosting events such as these for good folks such as yourself. And he's well known as a hunter, a sportsman.
I've heard. What's he like hunting?
I suppose that there's a fair number of stags, what's fallen at the point of his arrow. Perhaps an elk or two. He likes big game, but nothing too exotic.
Does he take someone like myself, if I were to inquire to join him on one of his hunting expeditions?
Well, I would regret to say that it's been some time since he's been on one of his expeditions. He hasn't been out much, but that said, he tends to go out with those who are close friends.
Why wouldn't he be going out? Does the game move on? He just killed everything out there, eh?
Roll me another persuasion.
You got that.
Come on. Okay. No, that's still not great. I'm gonna use my second luck to do this.
Okay.
Okay, I got 1 left.
It's the same.
Holy crap! 6 again!
Same roll.
Oh man, if we had a low roller competition,
Wow.
I'm voting for Logan.
At this point, Yuri's going to kind of flounce in and kind of put his arm around Baird and act a little bit more drunk than perhaps he is. Say, oh dear, are you talking about the gentleman of the house?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there's something in this whiskey. I guess I'm not much of a drinker. As it turns out.
Yuri kind of pats him on the stomach and says, excuse him, he can't hold his whiskey quite as well. What are you all chatting about? The man of the house, eh?
Oh, we were talking about hunting.
Oh, yes. Yes. So,
You're a servant here. You must know the man of the house quite well.
Normally I have more duties that have to do with cleaning and maintaining the household, but since his lordship's been taken to hosting more of these events, I've had to take on some new duties.
Fascinating. What do you think inspired? I always heard that he was such a crumb when it came to having other people over. What do you think encouraged him to start being more social?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
That is a 17.
17, all right. Well, it's really the strangest thing, sir. He's always been more of a solitary fellow. A few close friends. I suppose it could be everyone copes with grief in different ways. Oh, did you not know, sir? I'm so terribly sorry. The lordship's son passed away but a few months ago.
Oh, dear.
And things haven't been quite the same around the household since then. But his lordship's taken to hosting these parties, perhaps to chase away the silence.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
He was a good lad.
How did the boy pass? If you don't mind me asking.
Roll persuasion.
Well, I'm on a roll, so here we go. That's a 14.
All right.
Oh, 14! That's a huge move up from where we've been. Well done. Okay. Well, it's not a topic that's discussed very much around the household. There's talk of, I believe he had, and he just grows uncomfortable. Doesn't seem to know what to say. He says, if you excuse me, I really should be attending to other guests.
My dear fellow, we don't intend any offense, of course. We just, we wanted to remain delicate, avoid any faux pas in case one of us inadvertently said, do you understand?
Of course.
Yeah, faux pas, what he said.
And you understand, good sir, I'm in the same boat. I don't want to say anything what I shouldn't say. Good evening to you. I'll be around should you need anything.
Cheers.
I'll be happy to refresh your drinks.
Yeah, I'd hate to tell the master that the servants are talking about how he doesn't like reading books and never cracks them open.
Oh, no.
Several heads turn in the room towards this louder conversation that's beginning to come up.
Oh, he's such a kidder, sir.
Hey, you, get back over here. Come here.
Are you talking to this?
Yeah.
Roll intimidation.
Oh my gosh.
I should just sit out this party.
Yeah.
That's in her mind, 5.
Yeah, he rolls an 18 against you on that one, and he's out of the room with his tray of drinks.
Oh dear.
I don't like these parties.
Oh dear.
I never had.
I say, perhaps we better try our luck on the dance floor. We have had some practice there.
All right. Where are you headed? We haven't been with you for a minute.
Yeah, I was actually heading to the ballroom,
All right.
and yep, and go ahead.
The three of you intersect as you're about to head into the ballroom. Oh.
Is he okay?
Yeah, fine.
Maybe a cup of coffee for the gentleman.
You are talking this loud? You need to talk maybe this loud.
All right, yeah, sure.
cup of coffee.
We get
for the
another
gentleman.
whiskey or 2.
2 coffees.
Irish coffee. Maybe wean him off a bit.
One of the servants nods and scuttles off to go and get you the coffee and bring it back. In the ballroom, there's music playing. There's a small group of musicians. The hall is filled with the music, and there's couples dancing in the middle. There's a lot of people standing around the periphery simply drinking and talking. Some are just pleasantly observing those who are dancing, and others are out there waltzing.
Okay.
Petra wants to do a perception check. She knows that from being in this like crazy social situation that there are conversations that are meant to be heard. She sees people making big gestures and talking loudly, and then she sees groups that are not looking at each other and like talking down the DL in a ballroom provides the perfect atmosphere for like loud music to hide conversations. So she doesn't want to go talk to anybody, but she does want to look for conversations that are trying to be hidden.
Nice. Go ahead and roll perception with advantage.
Oh, it's kind. Oh. Oh, definitely that one. 19.
19.
Nicely
All right.
done.
You're making your way around the room, very casual, looking very lovely in your gown, but having this grungy edge with your hair and these claw marks. You actually hear some people making comments. New fashion, very, very inspired.
Yuri just...
She walks tall.
As you're making your way around, you hear people laughing and speaking loudly, just like you were saying, talking about, oh, this is even better than the last model we had. And then you hear some quiet pockets, and you hear a lot of people mentioning a name, which is, oh, Lady Aurora Rosewater. She's out dancing on the dance floor. She's lovely. Look at her over there dancing. And you can see that there's like multiple pockets who seem to be either admiring her from afar, but as you look into the dance floor, you do see a human woman with delicate, lovely features, big eyes, blonde hair that's done up, wearing a beautiful gown in different shades of green, and she's dancing with a partner, and then a different gentleman approaches and taps the shoulder and takes her, and then they begin to dance. It seems that she's at least socially important, if not desired.
I report back.
Okay. Oh, she's here, is she? I'm sorry, did you say her name?
Aurora
Lady Aurora Rosewater.
Aurora Rosewater.
You have absolutely heard of this person. You have not had the pleasure yet. Her reputation, Yuri, I'm playing this as if it's going to be like a background feature for you.
Okay.
Just because you're a member of high society.
Nobles and all that.
She's known as being a bit of a social butterfly, but being honest and good, if not a bit flighty.
Fair.
She's definitely connected socially. She knows many, many people.
Yuri, you should go talk to her. You should dance with her.
You know, I think that's a capital idea. Chaps?
Yuri kind of like winks as he walks over, and then he's going to not even like tap someone's shoulder. He's going to like interject as they like turn around. Yuri's going to try to swoop in and join her.
Roll performance for me.
Okay.
I was gonna cast it.
Okay, that is a 9 + 5 for a 14.
14. This isn't a combat situation. You're a man who understands this situation. I'd even like to say you're in your favored terrain, as it were.
If I were a ranger.
And so, you swoop in debonairly.
Oh, fancy meeting you here, Miss Rosewater.
Oh, I'm charmed, I'm sure.
Love everything about this.
Oh my god.
She seems a bit delighted.
Sorry about your former partner, but it looked like you were getting a bit bored.
Oh, and who do I have the pleasure of dancing with now?
Well, I do wonder if you're familiar with the Prospero family.
I established she's very well connected. Oh, you're one of the Prosperos.
Yes, Yuri, the youngest.
Do I hear that you're the academic of the family?
Well, guilty as charged.
You know, it's like my brother Bori and my sister Alice always say, there's a lot of things you can learn in books.
They are not wrong, indeed, yes. Always something to learn out in the world. Don't you think? Do you do a bit of traveling?
Oh, I love to travel. I travel all over Throssia.
Oh, that's capital. I think that goes a great deal in preventing any kind of mental stagnation, don't you know?
Oh, yes, definitely. I love the stimulation that comes from seeing the different places, meeting the different people.
Yes.
I love hearing about their dreams and aspirations.
Yes,
It's delightful.
I understand you meet a great deal of people in your footwork around.
Oh, I dabble in many social circles. I fancy myself a bit of someone who knows a lot of people. My brother Bori says all the time, he says, Aurora, you know a lot of people. And I say, Bori, I do. I know even more people than our sister Alice. And then Alice chimes in, she says, it's true. Aurora, you know more people than Bori, and me, your sister Alice, all combined. You know a lot of folks.
I see what you did there. Yuri's just going to smile delightedly and say, oh, you are so charming. I wonder if you're acquainted with the gentleman of the house.
Oh, Lord Dominic. Yes, I'm familiar.
Yes.
Personally invited, after all.
Indeed. Yes. Are you intimately acquainted?
Oh, how now, Mr. Yuri? Intimately acquainted. I'm a proper woman.
Not in a scandalous fashion, of course. I just, I meant that...
Oh, Yuri, you're such a tease.
Oh, yes, that's what they tell me. But I wonder if you are familiar with his family, perhaps his son.
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
Admittedly, this is a pretty low DC.
I rolled a 3 plus 10 for a...
13?
3 plus 7 for a 10.
For a 10. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it was a terrible thing. He lost his son some time ago. Though it's the strangest thing, no one really seems to be able to say how or why. There's tales of hunting accidents, but I've heard conflicting stories. I find it highly suspicious.
Oh, that is a juicy bit of gossip. I wonder, what does your heart tell you about what might have really happened?
Well,
Boy.
I happen to know that his lordship has always been a man of a hot temper, and his son and he did not always see eye to eye. I've heard many tales of raised voices and perhaps even raised fists.
Oh, dear.
And it's the strangest thing. He used to be a strong man for his wine. Ever since his son passed, no one's seen him drink a drop.
That is out of character, admittedly. I say. Well, you do have a finger on the pulse of the social scene, and I make no mistake.
Well, you can talk about my fingers as much as you like, but you keep them off my pulse.
At this point, Yuri's going to finish the dance, kind of spin her around, kiss her hand, and cast Prestidigitation using a sorcery point for subtle spell to make butterflies appear. Well then, my social butterfly. I do hope that you save another dance for me.
Oh, Mr. Yuri, I'll be looking for you at the next social event here at the Manor House.
Charmed.
She immediately starts dancing with another partner.
That was amazing.
So Yuri's going to kind of stroll back and say, well, this is getting a bit dark, chaps. It appears that Lord Bairn might have done his own son in, or been the cause of it.
Mm.
Oh.
Do we know how old his son was?
Through chatting, you would know that he was actually in his early 20s.
Okay. Are there any likenesses or pictures of him around?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yuri's going to take a very good look at painting, I guess.
Okay.
If there's a painting nearby.
You find a painting where it's father and son.
Okay.
It's well known that the lady of the house passed many, many years ago. The father is standing there in gray, refined clothes, looking very stern, and he has a hand on his son's shoulder. The son is a handsome young man with wavy brown hair and kind blue eyes. And as you're standing there looking at this painting, Billsworth, the butler who greeted you at the door, bursts into the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Bar the doors. I'm afraid I have terrible news. There's been a murder.
What?
Oh.
And that's where we'll leave off our
Murder most foul.
I can't wait! Join us next week for our special Halloween episode of Tales of Throssia.
Dun dun dun.
All right, but before we sign off for the evening, we have one small matter to attend to.
That's right.
We had we had some people pick the correct high roller. Is that right?
Yes, we have 2. We need Sean to roll his big die, 1 through 10, and the winner is Spider Light, and 11 through 20 is Murder Sauce 68.
That is a baller name, my
Okay.
friend. Both of you. All right. Ready? That is a 7. Lucky number 7.
Which means Spider
Light?
Spider Light. Spider Light, you are our winner for the evening. Yeah! $75 Amazon gift card. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Go buy yourself something nice.
Thank you all for tuning in, Spider Light. We're going to be messaging you on Twitch to get your details so we can hook you up. As for the rest of you, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. We had some really great character moments and a lot of fun. We hope you did too. Be sure to tune in this Friday for our companion group and their adventure in Tales of Throssia. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Take care and happy Halloween! I will waggle until we're offline.
Spooky, scary. Like a
Halloween!
werewolf bar mitzvah.